Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you scared of dirty, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the buckle up. I'ma show you where it's at. We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4-5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Tasting color, seeing sound with a crystalline. Turning nothing into something when we out the minds. Vandalizing lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots at this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone. If you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah. Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you scared of dirty, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the I gotta hold on to this feeling. I be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood, showing what's really good. The feeling is understood. We don't just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode. We are not alone. If you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah. Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you scared of dirty, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the portal.
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
20,000 police in the whole town. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
She. Smoke weed every day.
All right. You're gonna learn today.
And you know this, man.
Just mad cause your ass is old. Hold up. Wait.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want the sticks.
Fuck off.
What's up, Jiggy?
Get some more stuff downloaded for this. I don't know what though. I gotta find some new stuff, some new drops. More stuff to piss people off.
There you go.
More stuff to make Robin hate fucking quit.
That'd be easy.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Hey, I heard the clarion call. I heard my theme song, so I had to show it. Hi, John.
Hey, out of mine. Hey, Robin.
Just mad cause your ass is old. Hold up. Wait.
First name is D's, last name Nuts.
D's nuts.
D's nuts.
D's nuts.
D's nuts.
What?
D's nuts. D's nuts.
D's Nuts.
D's nuts.
D's Nuts.
D's nuts. D's nuts.
D's nuts.
D's nuts.
D's nuts.
D's nuts.
D's Nuts.
D's nuts. D's nuts.
D's nuts.
D's nuts. D's nuts. D's nuts.
D's nuts.
D's nuts. D's nuts.
D's nuts. D's nuts.
Robin sang it. That's cute. Oh, Robin.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Hey, Robin.
Hey, what?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
That's a huge
I'm good.
Although, you know what? So my grandbaby is singing a version of that lying song that she learned from somebody in school. But mine is all the profane language. But I'm asking her, I'm like, is that the whole song? She's like, yeah, I think so. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's not. No, it's not. You come home and tell why the fuck you lying, we're gonna have a problem.
Well, maybe one of the kids at school watches your show and learned it there.
No, I mean it's something that's been on the internet for a while, so it's something they picked up. I would hope there's no 6-year-olds in that area watching this fucking stream.
Hopefully not.
I would hope not, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Not this one. Like the other Paranormal Hood stream is different, but this one's kind of out there. You know, you motherfuckers are crazy.
It's Robin. She brings it out.
What's up, Jeanette? When are you gonna come in here and join us, Jeanette?
Hey, Jeanette over there. Hey, Deb. Who else is over there? Jill D. John. Oh, John, you're here. I don't need to say hi to you in the chat.
That's messing with Victor.
I know he was here earlier. I guess he was trying to see if he shows up here. I don't know why he wouldn't. No one should have blocked him. He should be fine.
No, he I can read his comments, so I was like, okay,
Yeah, that's all
let's
I'm
mess with him.
Yeah. What's up, Charles? What it does?
Charles. When are you gonna come on, Charles?
Charles is scared.
Charles
I think he's
says
just trying to
one
protect
day.
himself. He just wants to protect himself. You know, we don't want Charles to get too far out there.
Yeah, he's probably got a voice that all of us New Englanders know, and we know who he is and what he does.
We'd recognize him.
Probably gotta get a voice
Well,
modulator.
you wouldn't. You're not a New Englander, okay?
Well, he might be
I would
famous, and I
recognize
might hear about him way over here.
You could secretly be one of the Wahlberg brothers.
Yeah,
I know.
That could be Ben Affleck or Matt Damon. Hey, what's the comedian's
Casey
name?
Damon, Casey Affleck.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel.
No. Is Jimmy Kimmel? Yeah, he is from here. That's right. Yeah, he is from Massachusetts, I believe.
Oh, is he from Boston?
I think not necessarily Boston. He might be from the surrounding areas. One of them is Fallon, or what? But it is. I think it's Kimball. I think it is Kimball from around here.
I know John Cena's from around the area.
Yeah, he's from more like kind of the North Shore in that area. He used to come to the club. He used to be at the club all the time.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Six Drops.
Hi, Robin.
I know. As wrestlers go, he's underrated. But as a humanitarian with what he did with all the kids and stuff, man, my hat's off to that guy.
See, I think it's reverse.
Really?
I think he's underrated as a humanitarian, like what he does, and that he's kind of overrated as a wrestler, to be honest with you.
Well, he was really overrated as a wrestler, and then he wrestled a bunch of guys that made him wrestle.
Yeah.
And he was able to keep up, and he looked good. And when you're established, he was trying different moves.
Yeah.
He didn't need to be doing, and that's where he won me over.
Okay.
But that was the last 5 years, maybe.
Huh.
Not even that. Like maybe like 2 years ago, the last 3 years.
Yeah. Wait, Mindy Kaling, but she's from Cambridge. Trying to think who else is from around here. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, Chris Evans. Maybe that's Captain America. That's Captain America in the chart. There you go.
Captain America. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because what's his name? Star-Lord's from Seattle. Well, around above Seattle, but north of Seattle, I should say.
I told you he was my fucking nurse in the hospital.
I
told the dude, I was like, dude, if you're fucking Chris Pratt, like you can stop fucking with me. He's like, I'm not Chris Pratt. I'm like, yes, you are. You fucking doing
they did a
role.
bet.
Mm-hmm.
They did a bet a couple years ago, and during the filming of one of the Avengers things, and Pat lost, so they had to go to a Boston area hospital dressed up as their characters.
Oh, that's
for
awesome.
the kids. So it was like, you know what? I don't care if I lose that bet. That's an awesome bet to make.
Yeah, that's an awesome bet.
Hi, Jilly.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Jilly.
Hi.
I think Chris Pine is from around here as well. Captain Kirk.
Is he?
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
yeah,
He is,
Chris
right?
Pine's
Yeah.
from this area.
A lot of
Don't worry,
famous
I'm here
people.
to Google shit, so I'll Google it right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Google who Charles Unleashed really is.
I don't need to Google that. Just saying.
Fuck, why can't I remember that fucking comedian's name? He used to always be at Nick's, but the place on fucking Route 1, the spaghetti place, the Prince
Oh, Prince Pizza. Yeah, Giggles.
comedy store in there. But Lenny fuck, what's Lenny?
I know who you're talking about. Give me 1 second.
Lenny
I can
Clark?
only Google one thing at a time. Hold on.
Maybe Charles. I think it's Lenny Clark.
Lenny Clark, I think he is from
Clark,
Boston.
yes. Yep, he is from Boston. Giggles.
Yeah. Giggles, that's the name of it. Thank you.
Yes. Giggles, I guess, is still kind of around.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Hi, Jeanette.
There was something with.
Oh, hey, 6 drops. Didn't see you there.
Where'd you send me a DM at, Charles? That's kind of an ambiguous because I don't even know.
Oh, Charles did?
That's what he said in chat.
There's a Twitter
No,
DM.
Chris
There's a Facebook
Pine
DM.
Well, Facebook's Messenger.
So Chris Pine was born in Los Angeles.
Oh, was he? Okay.
But there is a Chris that's from around here.
Well, I know Chris Evans definitely is Captain America.
Yes.
Okay. Some other
And
famous one.
we got the comedian. You good with the comedian?
What? Yeah, Lenny Clark. It was Lenny Clark. Yeah, Jay Leno. Isn't Leno from around here?
Yes. Charles is having issues with
Conan, maybe it's Conan too. There's another one of them that's from around here.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, I definitely know.
Oh, John. I mean, he's not a comedian, but John Cena's from like Newbury, which is like the smallest little hick town.
Yeah, we already talked about that, Julie. Come on.
Sorry,
Wrestling
I
fan.
just
Wrestling shirt.
I missed a part.
He used to come to the palace sometime, Joe.
I'm sure he did.
Oh, he did.
I'm sure he did.
He definitely did. Yeah, Charles, where did you send the DM at though? That's why I just don't know where to look. Because if at Facebook, we have to be friends because I don't know how to fucking find those messages from random people that you get.
I don't think he's on Facebook. But I know he's hold on, he's having some issues with his Wi-Fi right now.
Well, fill me in when you know what you know when you know what you know. Okay.
I know things.
That's why you Google shit.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't.
Oh, okay, email. Gotcha.
Email. Okay.
Yep. There we go.
Oh.
That's not called a DM, Charles. It's an email. DMs mean like on social media.
Direct message.
Yeah, that's what he means is direct message.
Yes, but see, direct messages normally goes
email.
to like Instagram, whatever, blah blah blah. I don't know. It's like this whole fucking sub language that I'm not fucking privy to.
Which is most likely whatever your Gmail is.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
Which is sort of similar to an instant message.
And that's an IM.
Now,
Yeah,
not in the day when you had dial-up to fucking send fucking.
Now it's called
email.
a DM. They changed it from IM to DM. Everything has to change all the time.
Where I work, it's
Robin.
instant messaging.
DM.
What's that?
You like the D?
Wait, does anybody send Robin a dick pic yet?
I forgot.
So, in case
Thank you for
anyone missed
forgetting.
my comment, I'm good with the dick pics. No one needs to send one to me. Just gonna put that out there.
Right,
I know
we're not talking. This isn't about you right now, Joe. This is all
Okay,
about
just-
Robin.
I just didn't know.
Robin has been left out. She's never gotten a dick pic, and we feel bad for her. You know, she said she hasn't seen one in 30 or 40 years or some shit.
I kind of heard that, but I thought it sounded like
34
Rogue.
years.
34.
Yeah, 34 years.
Rogue, the one that was offering them.
Yeah, Rogue. We're trying to see if Mario gets, some time off. Maybe he writes her a letter and stuff. I'm out here in the jungles during this training, and all I can think about is you. Well, there you go. See?
No, that was my orchestra.
That was God calling you.
Your dick pic
Jurassic
from Mario. He was
God's
listening.
like, what do you mean you haven't received a dick pic, Robin? I sent
That's all I
you one.
sent you. Check your spam folder.
What?
No.
You want to see God
I know
Schlong?
you seen one last night. You was in D Live. You saw Mr. Chicken Jeebus.
Oh Lord.
Chicken Jeebus on
I don't know what the
D-Live.
fuck is going on.
I left partway through because I could not watch that one guy. I left 2 places because I can't watch that one guy.
Then you missed the dick pic. Sorry.
Good.
You know, I gotta say though, you're not really losing out on much if you never get one. Just gonna put that out there. Just saying.
Yeah, well, you know, mostly you seen one, you seen them all, and I saw my share back when I was
Robin just admitted she was a hoe.
Oh,
There's
no.
just something about when one comes through your phone when you're at fucking work and you're like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah, just no, it's you do. I don't know, Robin. There's a lot of things I would encourage. That one, I don't know.
Isn't it always at the most unsolicited time possible?
Like,
Well,
when is there a good time? I mean, I guess
I don't
like, at
know,
night
but
if
it
you're
always seems
old,
like the
but-
worst time possible. You
Well,
know,
see,
a better time
Jiggy-
is when you're not, you know.
Jiggy sort of ran with it. All I did was make the statement that I hadn't seen.
It's
I've
not what
received
you
it.
said,
It
it's
wasn't
how
a
you said it.
solicitation
No.
that I wanted. I
It was a
just made the
bullshit.
casual statement. I've
Bullshit.
never gotten one.
Right.
And
Uh-huh.
then suddenly these yahoos are offering. And I'm saying, well, no thanks. No thanks.
I'm not offering. I'm offering
Yeah,
other
you're
people.
not a yahoo.
I'm married, Robin. I'm sorry. Only one person's
Well-
getting mine right now. That's
As it should
and
be.
she's asleep. And she's sleeping
Robin.
too. She got my gun.
I'm not married.
So
Ooh.
I still don't want to see any of your goods.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun. Plot thickens.
Well, you know,
We'll learn today.
That's what she said. Don't worry, Robin. I wouldn't send you a dick pic.
Well, that's much appreciated. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, honestly, all you got to do is join like OkCupid or Tinder for like a minute, and I'm sure your inbox will be flooded.
Oh, I know you can find anything you want out there on the internet. That's just not something I go out and look for. I know it's out there.
I don't believe you, Robin.
I believe her.
I don't know.
I believe her.
Thanks.
It's
Thanks,
2 to 1.
thanks, thanks.
What about you, John aside?
I don't know. It's Robin. She's tricky.
I could see her just being curious, like, well, you know.
I never have.
Do they still look the same?
Of course.
I take that back. I take that back. I did one time. One time, this was back when, got it in 2000, 2001. I was at my friend's house and she had this super duper speedy computer for the time. You could go anywhere on the internet in seconds and just casually,
You typed in dick.
No, I typed in lady fucking a donkey.
Oh my goodness.
What?
By the way, hi, Corey over there. Hi, sweetheart.
Wait.
Okay.
You don't want to see a dick, but you want to see a donkey fucking a lady.
Corey came in at the best time, I guess.
Curiosity
Hi, Corey.
is
welcome.
You know, that killed that cat.
I did. Look what's going on.
Wow, Robin.
This was 20 years ago when I first was on the internet, okay? And this vast, you know, who needs to go to the library anymore? It's all at your fingertips. And I'd always had this, because I'd heard about my ex-husband and his brother went down to Tijuana, and they saw one of those live shows. And I was so horrified because I was just barely out of my teens when I was married, and I didn't want to hear about it. So they knew not to talk about it to me about it. But so all those years later, after I got divorced, I started thinking about it. And, So I Googled it. Well, it wasn't even Google back then. It was Lycos search engine.
That's right. It's Lycos. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, Lycos. There were about 9 different search engines that you could go to.
Man,
Now it's Google.
I swear, Robin, if anybody didn't know you, even listening to your stream, like on your stream, Maggie's stream, excuse me, you curse a little bit and stuff, but the shit that you laid out here, though, Lord of mercy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Sure, glad to contribute to the show any old time. Jiggy, you can call
So I
it.
guess I don't have to do an Urban Dictionary though if Robin explains to us what it was about, right? Unless I need to Google that.
But you know what? To tell the truth, I didn't go through with watching the actual deed because I was so grossed out. But It
I'm
showed
sure.
me the picture. It showed me, here's where to get started watching this. And I didn't.
And that's all you needed.
That was all. I'm easily satisfied. I got to tell you, I'm such a cheap date. It doesn't take much for me.
You see to see some donkey's dick and you're cool now, right?
I did get to see that part. And they swing around.
No, Robin,
Did
I've
they-
never watched the donkey's dick. Like
I'm sorry, I did not know that.
Nope. Didn't know that. Thank
Well, I didn't up until then. Yeah, so, okay.
Robin got one up on us.
I knew.
We all
I
believe in
worked at
Robin.
stable.
Swing around, okay.
Well, I've lived longer than y'all. There's lots of time to have
a lot of
different-
people have lived longer than us who haven't done shit though.
Well,
you I told you, we're around the way, girl.
Shoot, around the corner, girl.
Around the block.
Around the way, girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's
You
an
can
OG.
picture Robin with some dangling earrings in the air, Fendi bag and a bad attitude.
Big square ones.
Mm-hmm. Right, Robin? Yeah.
I don't know. You lost me with that.
It's a LL Cool J song, "Around the Way, Girl."
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, Robin, I left a little link in the YouTube chat for you, if you can get there. It was a song that come to mind when you were talking about searching the internet, and it just
But you was talking about donkey shows.
yeah.
Okay, I'm
So
looking.
it's cute. It's
excuse me. I'm looking
almost
for it.
family friendly. It's in the YouTube chat. I assume I can leave a link into the YouTube chat.
If you're a mod, you can.
If you're a mod,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
not a mod. Oh,
you're not?
dun dun
Oh.
dun.
Well,
Yeah, I got to make you a mod in mine too, Jiggy.
Oh well.
Somebody mentioned that to me today.
I mentioned that.
Yesterday.
'Cause you're a
You're
mod
the,
in
yeah.
it.
Why isn't Jiggy a mod? Yeah, so, well, my bad. It merely an oversight.
6 drops. Comment in the chat so I can make you a mod.
Okay, let's see.
Just
Oh,
even
yay! Wow!
Yeah,
Ooh,
Robin
yeah.
doesn't want me having power on Maggie's channel. She knows how it is. They
Right.
probably shut her down.
I commented, ooh, yay!
Come on, see?
Jiggy, do you remember that time you by accident kicked me out
It's
of
in the YouTube chat. I don't think I can get into your StreamYard chat.
No, you're fine. You're a
No,
moderator there now.
I see your comments. That's
Yeah,
all
if
it
you
is.
comment again, you'll see you have a wrench.
Okay,
Okay, let
now
me try
I
to put
see
that
you.
little.
Wait.
Go ahead,
Let's see if I
Joe.
can put that little link in there now. Boom. Yeah, there's a little special link for you.
Okay.
Good luck. Robin won't click on it though. She's lazy.
Oh well. Well,
I
maybe
only
everybody
don't
else will
click on
enjoy
your
it.
stuff.
And if you send it to her, she'll open it in 2027.
Maybe someone else will get a kick out of it.
You're so hyperbolic, Jiggy.
You're so
Oops.
hyperbolic, Jiggy.
I'm sorry, Jilly. I think Jilly had the floor. I apologize.
No, I was just gonna
Yeah,
say.
Jilly's been trying to talk for like 5 minutes.
It's all right.
Is
So
Jill
what?
trying to talk?
What? Who's on what? What happened? Jill, what?
Early on, when you first started doing this, do you remember when you kicked me out of the chat by mistake? And I couldn't comment, I could join, and it took like 2 weeks for me to figure out what you did.
Yeah, I couldn't. Then I finally was able
I
to figure
got
that shit out.
banned for no reason. It was funny. I could join, but I couldn't make a comment. Yeah,
That was funny. You were in the on the show, but you couldn't be in the chat.
couldn't be on the chat. I was allowed to be live, but I was not allowed to speak.
You're lucky you got to be live. Jonasai blocked me on somebody's channel by accident one time. Like he was fucking with his phone and like timed me out of some
I
shit.
remember I did it to Philip Blair in the Paranormal Hood chat. My phone slipped and I grabbed it.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, whoa, I didn't even look. I'm like, what? Oh, shit. Oh, I'm sorry, Philip. I didn't mean to do that.
I just saw that happen to someone else recently too. I think in CWs, they accidentally dropped their phone and timed someone out. See, if you're
Oh, did she just time herself out?
We lost Jill. Oh no.
Oopsie.
It's the DACA. It's the DACA
She's
ball.
laughing. I know she is.
The DACA ball didn't want her to give us this information. They're trying to shut her
Hi,
down.
Jeanette.
Or her kids on Fortnite.
Hey, Deb.
Is
Someone
Charles
come roll this blunt.
unleashed?
Anybody can come
Hi.
roll this blunt? Somebody? No, nobody.
Sure, I'll be right there.
All right. Well, hurry up, Corey. Shit.
Well,
Timing you.
4 hours? How long
2001.
it takes to get there from here?
I've been waiting like fucking what? How many years now? Huh?
I'm glad I'm the
I know.
noob.
Well, I'm still not allowed because we can't cross the border yet. So
Yeah. Blah
border's
blah
still
blah.
closed.
Just tell them you play for one of the
Blah,
sports teams. They're
blah.
making exceptions for the sports teams right now. Okay, just tell them you
Okay,
play for
I'll
one
get
of the
on that.
one of the
I'll
hockey
try and
teams.
become a professional athlete soon, so I can come and roll your joints or
There you
blunts.
go.
Sorry for
Lunch. Watch your mouth.
There you go.
What's up, Keith?
Don't say that B- don't say
I
that B word.
corrected myself.
Hey, Keith.
I corrected myself.
Brother.
Keith, you better let
How are you,
CW
man?
know. Yo, you better let CW know I got a problem with him. I let it be known the other day, and then he did exactly what I said he was going to do.
Well, you should go directly to CW your own self.
No. I want everyone else to let him know before I let him know what he needs to know. Because clearly he ain't paying attention.
Oh, you want
What
the
happened?
big announcement. You want the processional before you show up. I get it.
This is like the it's like a big wrestling match.
Yeah. And you come in with your flowing cape and your
Right.
giant
No, I'm gonna
belt
come in.
buckle.
No, I'm gonna come in with a fucking chair and shit. Come in, bam,
On a litter?
and then throw them on the top of the
Yeah,
table and shit. Right.
Cool.
Baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire on fire.
There you go.
Some kendo
Nice.
sticks.
Right.
A
Nice.
garbage can lid because garbage can lids really hurt.
That's right.
We can put a Captain America symbol right on a garbage can lid. I
Hey,
could
Captain
paint that
America's
on
black right now, so it works out.
Yeah.
He's African
Well,
American.
he
Right?
used to be
All right.
white. Saying man.
Well, he was black first, but
Oh,
then,
did he say something about
Well,
race?
the first super soldier.
Captain America?
But Captain America. Yeah, he
Wait,
wasn't.
Corey, what are you asking? Did he say who say something about race? Captain America?
I'm still trying to figure out what CW did. Did he say
Oh no,
something
no, it's not necessary.
derogatory about your race?
No, it's not that's no, not at all. Yeah, all it is that he just
Okay.
hasn't come on. He hasn't come on the stream, which we've been doing since January. And Keith shows up and does one fucking stream, and he's going to go make an appointment to go on Keith's stream on Thursday. And I just said recently that if that motherfucker goes on anybody else's stream before he comes on, there's going to be trouble.
Yeah, he's
And
been
there's gonna be
online
trouble.
twice.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying.
I'm
but
sorry.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Fuck him.
He's been invited on this one though.
It's race. It's racial. He doesn't want to come to the black dude show. I see how it is. You can go, well,
racial, or maybe because you're from Boston, he doesn't like people from Boston.
No, he lived here. He enjoyed himself. He had a great time.
Race.
He had a great
You're
time.
all the
Yes.
human
Yep.
race.
No, well, tell CW that.
Wow.
My skin's not light enough to have
That's his problem.
It's not
Don't
a
make
race,
it your problem.
It's a sprint.
Okay, it's also a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. I'm just fucking around. He's
Yeah,
not
it's
racist.
people get it. No, we're joking. We're having fun with it.
Yeah, she doesn't know CW, so everybody else.
That's what I was.
Yeah,
That's why I had to throw that in there.
Barely.
And he's CW is an acquired taste, but
Not really. We follow each other, and I've seen him a few times in some videos, but I don't really bother with him too much. So
Yeah, CW is a self-admitted jerk.
he says hi once in a while, but that's about it. It's like hi. I don't know.
It's hard to keep up with who the good guys are and the bad guys are here recently. I just
Who are the good guys? Who are the bad guys?
CW is not a bad
Yeah,
guy.
and if you don't talk to me, then I don't get to know you, right? So I mean, I don't know what he's like. So
Well, I mean, he tends to not. It's not
we
necessarily
follow
that he
each other,
interacts.
but we don't bother with each
other.
other.
Well, yeah, he doesn't, but he's not. He's more of a because he has a channel like his channel. He's more talk. He has a talk thing that he does. So his interactions on social
Yeah,
media
for some
are
reason-
nominal in the sense to what he actually does online. On YouTube, on his YouTube channel. So that's how people kind of get to know him. He's a great wealth of information and insight into a lot of the stuff that we all talk about, anyways. And some of the stuff is just
You've mentioned that,
Sometimes
he knows
you'll
a
have
lot of
come on
stuff,
with
but I
12
know you
pages.
guys have issues every once in a while. And
Yeah, he'll be prepared with 12 pages of notes before his shows sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah,
Is he a
and-
Trivial Pursuit king?
no, he does
Yes,
research and he does makes
knows a lot
notes.
about music and music.
No.
Anything about
And
music.
yeah, the law.
Movies is pretty good at. TV's pretty good at, but he's
religion.
really good.
He knows a lot about religion and spirituality as well and stuff. I mean, he's
that's
not
too, yep.
dumb.
And he knows the spirit of the law because he's a lawyer.
Well, in New Jersey, so that's not really saying much.
Hey, it's still a law.
He has a niche. And
yeah, that wouldn't have been good then.
He's got more than I have. I have 0 state law stuff, you know. So he's 1 state ahead of me.
And he's being sued by Corey Good. So hey.
Really?
Yes.
It's already
what?
been
Yeah.
done. It's already been done.
Yeah,
Hashtag
because
20
Corey's trying to
nostalgia.
sue everybody, you know.
I assumed everything went out well then.
I'm just here for the comments.
I'm just here.
I'm here to Google shit as needed.
Where
so
am
find
I?
some shit to Google. What?
She's doing the Herb Dick Jam.
Someone's got to give me some new material. No poop allowed.
No poop
I think
allowed.
we covered that. Just saying.
Yeah, I think we've done as much as we can with.
I used to live in Delaware. Is there an urban dictionary term that's for the state of Delaware? Because we've covered different states and stuff.
I've done it like that's how I'll usually search is like states and stuff. And you know, I wish I remembered. BG's had put one in the chat, and I meant to write it down, and I didn't. So
Well, next time she shows up, we'll ask her again.
Okay,
And
just
then
say her
Bill
name 3
Blair
times.
Had one too. All right, so I'm looking now.
If it has the word steam in it, don't even look.
Well, we've already kind of covered them all because at the end, like we did a couple of those, but they all end up being the same one, the steamers. And
Yeah,
after
see,
Cape
just
Cod-
don't even bother. Somebody's strangling a.
Where's John playing? What are you doing?
Someone's sitting on his left
There's
back.
my pug who's upset because I would not let her on the bed.
That's what the sound your dog made?
I thought that was a human being.
It sounded like a baby
You
crying.
might have had a heart attack or something.
Or a baby goat.
So she's very upset. I won't let her on the bed.
Oh.
Because she'll pee on it. So she's not allowed on it anymore.
So she's sassing you.
She's trying.
It's having a peaceful protest outside your bed.
Now she's right next to it. She's actually next to the stairs. She can't climb up anymore. We got her stairs to get on the bed, and she's so old she can't use the stairs, so we've been picking her up. But she pees on it, and I said, nope, she's done.
Well, can you get a plastic
one
bag
day.
and a pee pad? Get her a little pee pad.
She's got a pee pad.
down
It's
there.
not going to be on the bed.
I am
all right.
so
Well,
glad
that's
I'm
what I
not
was-
there.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
they shouldn't encourage you to pee on the bed.
Yeah, not going to pee on the
I'd
bed.
I'd strap a little picket sign on her. It says "Down with Whitey."
We tried to put a diaper on her, but it doesn't fit her. I don't know what it is. It just comes right off her. But
Oh.
so we tried. I mean, we tried, those things.
So
But
you've
now-
done all. So now she just doesn't get on the damn bed. I understand.
Nope, not on bed. Now she's ran off
so-
too.
Oh, so I think I found one.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it must be good.
Yeah. Crossing the Delaware. Has anyone heard of it?
Jill's laughing. This is not going to be good.
Well, I know George Washington did it.
Yeah.
Funny enough, that might be referenced in this. Just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, that's a big event. Yeah, back in the history. Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
definitely a lot of moving parts. Okay, so is everybody ready?
Yep.
Crossing the Delaware, straddling a woman's face, balls in her mouth, while titty fucking her, one leg on the floor, the other one on the bed, reminiscent of the pose struck by George Washington in the famous painting Washington Crossing the Delaware. You use it in a sentence. After an extended amount of time in Captain Morgan style doggy position, I guess I'll have to do that one next.
Yes.
He flipped her across, switched into crossing the Delaware stance until his legs started to cramp.
Oh, that's when the woman's head hangs off the edge of the bed, and then
The Captain Morgan's one?
Uh-huh.
You say so?
Okay.
I guess
Yeah, that's a
Robin's done it
spice
before.
drum.
And then the fellow puts one knee up on the bed and does all.
Yeah, like I said, there was just a lot of moving parts. Like there's
Yeah,
a very specific stance. But I'm
Yeah.
just glad it was no shoving discussion. disgusting crap anywhere.
Jill, turn your mic up a little bit if you can.
I know.
And Mari, are you like sitting? Is the fan like sitting on your ass or something?
No.
Sound like
I gotta
you're
try
on
that.
All I can hear is the fan.
propeller planes and shit.
No, I went to the beach today, so I'm super burnt.
Yeah, we can hear.
I was gonna say you look tanned.
Watch your skin sizzling.
Does she look tan? I can't see nobody.
Hi, Mari.
Hey.
Okay, Captain Morgan.
Yep, I'm going.
Hi, Mari.
So it's Captain Morgan doggy style, though. Captain.
I mean, I got to learn here. Oh, bye, Mari.
No, we lost Mari. She'll be back.
I want to hear about this Captain Morgan.
I know.
Yeah, I'm learning.
I'm Googling. It's just taking a second for it to come up.
Oh, okay.
Take your time.
I know it's with
No, it's
one
not me, it's the
knee up.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, with one leg up or something.
Yeah. Well, the knee has to be bent, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over a
that,
barrel?
that just seems like a whole lot of extra work.
It sounds like my neck would hurt. I just gotta say.
I know. I've never tried it.
I'm just saying never mind.
Nice job.
You could say it. Please say it.
It practically not saying I've ever had it done or anything, but just laying her head off the bed and just fucking putting your fucking balls in her face is not that fucking hard to do. Why would you have to get up on the bed and straddle your leg and all that shit?
No. You put one foot on the bed or one knee on the bed. The other foot's on the floor.
Oh, but I'm also tall too, though, so I don't have that problem.
Well, you need a taller bed.
Well, no, yeah, I'm a taller person. I wouldn't have to do all that.
Oh,
That's probably
And
for
there's-
someone shorter necessarily, maybe. But for me,
And
that's
all that
sort
is going on while she's
It's all-
humming, right?
It's all in the aesthetics, Jiggy.
I just
like I got a Captain Morgan and shit my balls in her face. Yeah,
Dude,
okay.
I'm getting friggin' one coming up in the search.
Uh-oh.
We should have let Robin fucking do it so she could have saw some dicks.
No, my phone's gonna do the
Oh,
virus.
no.
I fucking click on any of these, so I am not doing that. That's for
She
sure.
may have to burn that computer after
Would
she's
you like
done
to
with
increase the
tonight.
size of your penis?
Jesus Christ.
I know. Okay, you
No,
got-
everything is like.
let her say it, please.
There's
You haven't
nothing
found
to
it
say. I can't click on any of those links. It's all porn sites, and my phone will get killed with viruses.
Whoa.
Yeah, don't click on none of that shit.
Put the food in a condom, you'll be
Let's
okay.
see. What's it called
Don't
again?
bear
Maybe
package on, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, put the phone in a condom, you'll be fine.
they put in lots of rice.
Oh God.
A
Take it to the doctor, trying to get a shot.
And take the morning after pill.
Morgan.
Yeah.
What's it called again? Captain Morgan what?
Captain
Doggy
Morgan,
style?
Doggy style? Is that what it was?
I'm already doing
Captain
it
Morgan
in,
style.
place now.
Okay, Captain
Yeah,
Morgan Doggy
sexual.
Daycare.
Captain Morgan style.
Hold on, I put it right into Urban Dictionary this time to see if it'll come up.
I'm scared too.
Don't be scared.
Oh, there's a little dog shirt with it. It's got a Captain Morgan. It's a little Captain Morgan dog shirt.
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
definitely not what we're talking
Six,
about.
don't click on.
It's a little shirt on a dog and it's got a Captain Morgan label on it. I'm okay.
You want your Captain Morgan dog shirt? No.
That's right.
There's a YouTube link.
I think so. I
link.
think some dude lied to Robin and is like, yeah, so we're gonna try this thing. It's called the Captain Morgan. Yeah, we've heard about it before. Don't worry about it, baby. Just do this.
All right.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna take
We
this
never
bottle
used
and
to-
I place it.
I
gotta
never
look
used
this
to
thing up
call
now.
out positions. It wasn't a wrestling match. We never spoke of positions. Hey, let's do this. Now let's do this. Now it's time for this. Nobody had those conversations.
Oh, so
you
he
just
just
kinda
bent the bench and went up in you, huh?
Yeah, you just kind of stopped and moved around till it felt good. Yeah.
You kind of just flow into it.
Yeah.
You
sorta.
mean basically you just get flipped and twisted and turned whatever way he wants to.
No, however I wanted it to be.
Okay, but if you're not calling out you literally just said you wouldn't talk about what you wanted. There was no names to it. So how would he know what you want?
There are ways to let people know.
You just dropped down and got your eagle on?
Oh, so
I'm not going to give away technique.
kind of.
Gave away everything else.
So it doesn't say.
You asshole.
It doesn't say Captain Morgan. doggy style, it just says Captain Morgan, and it's approaching one sexual partner from the rear entry position. This differs from conventional methods, however, in that the male takes a knee to position himself behind his partner.
Oh, I've done that.
Captain Morgan.
You've done
No
that?
big deal. Because
Again,
I'm
that
tall
must be
anyway.
for short dudes. I don't get it. Like I don't even.
Not necessarily.
But there's no okay. Well, I guess it's
It depends on the furniture you're on and stuff.
Yeah, there are different articles of furniture of different heights. You know, pick your height of furniture.
I am 6'4". There's not much that I need to have to fucking Captain Morgan my leg up on anything to fuck somebody doggy style like that. That doesn't even. Okay, no.
I don't know if it's an issue of being tall or short.
Educate.
I don't think it's an issue of being tall or short.
I think it's something because what is the point of putting your leg up on the bed? I don't get it. And then even then, now you're creating more of it. You're gonna fucking. You better make sure you can get a good grip and know what the fuck you're doing down there. Because if you don't,
There's different dimensions.
Sensation. I don't know.
Different heights of beds.
I just have to kick
A
it over.
Victorian sideboard would be just the right height. Use one of those.
Bathtub.
And where would
Water
I find
bed.
said Victorian? What the fuck are you talking
Your
about?
local antique store.
You ever done it on a waterbed?
I had a waterbed when I was.
Sometimes you need that side rail for that support.
That's all I
because
needed.
that
I
one,
had a
you know,
waterbed when I was like 15 years old.
there you
I
go.
didn't think
So
about that. I think I actually did a long time
I
ago.
did.
I had a waterbed for the
They are
longest
the
time.
worst things ever.
I was gonna say, I remember being
The worst thing to have on.
I had it for the longest time. It was the bomb in the winter because that bitch was heated. Oh,
Yeah, they just no.
that's what I liked about it.
No, I don't like moving when I'm sleeping.
Oh, the motion of the ocean. I had
Well, that
full
works
weight.
for other things, but not when you're sleeping. You know, it's actually
It worked for me.
Exactly. Like I roll around a lot in my sleep, so I mean, I tried to sleep in one. I mean, I ended up sleeping on the floor because I mean, I'm like bouncing around because I roll around a lot.
Bouncing
And
around.
the whole bed's just going, and I'm like, this is
The only
stupid.
time I was on a waterbed, I experienced completion frustration.
I'll be darned.
Are you saying you couldn't come?
Right.
Oh, okay. That's the only time in your life you never could come, you said?
That's the only time it happened on a waterbed.
Oh, okay.
Well, the only time I was on a
it's the
waterbed
worst.
that happened.
Yeah, you couldn't figure out the rhythm, Robin. You had to figure out the rhythm, the motion of that ocean. That's all this.
Yeah, you got to use that
you
wave
couldn't
to
get
your
the rhythm.
advantage.
They did not cooperate with any kind of rhythm.
For your advantage.
Yeah.
No, they actually did. If you, because there were different firmnesses and stuff to the waterbeds as well.
Well, apparently this was a bad one.
Yeah, you probably got the big jelly one. Yeah, you were like, yeah, woohoo, let's get seasick.
Oh yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, all the ones I were, they were all bouncy and.
And if you
know.
stood up on them, your feet sunk in.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, that was
too tall
You
to
got-
stand up on the waterbed, but okay.
Yeah. If you lay in it and you sink to the bottom, you know you need to add more water.
And then you have to wonder where the water go that was in there anyways. Like, this isn't good. And them stupid patch kits never fucking worked.
No, they
were
don't.
useless.
You got
They
to
were
just
useless. Get a
gotta
new
get a whole new mattress.
Yep.
And you might as well get a new heater too while you're at it.
We just duct taped it and it
I
worked
remember we were
better
at
than
a friend's
your
place.
Duct
Yeah.
tape is a bomb.
I remember we were at a friend's place one time. And we were just sitting in the living room, and he had a waterbed. We're all just sitting around. We're just talking, and we just heard this. It sounded like an explosion. I guess
Oh,
maybe
Lord.
he had a tiny hole in the water mat. Yeah, don't ask. The water that came out of that bedroom, man, it was horrible.
Oh yeah,
It was
that's
an
a lot
apartment
of
building.
water.
Just we had to
Yeah.
go down and tell the landlord. It was like, oh.
Oh, waterbeds look disgusting. Have you ever seen one drained? Like the shit that collects in there?
Oh,
One of my friends had one.
Well, you're
holder
supposed to
in the
treat it
frame.
every 6 months.
You
No,
do treat it, but after a
No
long
one
time,
does.
it just
under the waterbed, it can get pretty moldy, nasty, stinky.
Dang,
with
I
all
must
that
have.
black stuff.
I must have been the lucky one because I never had issues with any of that. You always put stuff in it every 6 months to keep it down, and it was the heater. It was full wave, but I'd flip out the mattress every so often. Just get new mattresses every so often.
Hey.
Yeah.
But I had the setup. I had the beautiful stained glass mirror in the back with the little shelves and the doors and the velveteen side rails and the big velvet foot rail.
Sounds like you had a porn room set up. That's like some porno shit.
That's right, Daddy.
You're
gonna go? You might as well go large.
Go big or
That's
go
right.
home.
Might as well be happy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be different, but yeah, I wasn't there. Everybody was getting water beds back then.
Yeah, I was too. See,
they fucking make them. I don't think they make them anymore.
I have no. Well, actually, I bet they do because there's water beds and
not
stuff.
as much though. I think
down
they
here
still
in Columbus.
do.
Yeah.
I think they still do.
I think in California, when we had the water
as much.
shortage, they were discouraged. Because that took a lot of water, and we were, even limiting the number of flushes per day we had there for a little while. So I don't know if they made a resurgence.
If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
Yep.
I know some apartments, they have restrictions on water beds because of the weight limit.
And condos, you're not allowed
And
to
the
have them there.
damage that the potential damage if one blows.
Yeah, because that's a lot of fucking rushing water very quick.
Yeah, he had
Very
serious
fast.
damage because they had the parquet floors. All the parquet came up and it leaked downstairs into the apartment below. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. Because I think he had a queen size one too, so it was a big, it's a big bed, right? Yeah, it was bad.
Ice maker off a freezer will do the same thing, baby.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my mom had an ice maker
shit.
on a freezer, and it just tore her. Them beautiful wood, it looked like wood, just tore that shit up on her floor from where just something happened on the ice maker, and water just let loose. And
Yeah.
just tore her wood
Yeah.
floor up.
Yeah.
That sucks.
She had that repairman come just rip that thing off, just shut it off, rip it out, and
Yeah, that's what they had to do.
tape
They had to
off the
take whole
wires,
floor up.
cap off the wires, and let
Well,
it
most
go.
of it came up from the water. I mean,
Yeah, the water line.
it was
Yeah, the
crazy.
water line's always like on. It just probably the valve blew that
Who
regulated
knows?
the water supply, and then there it went.
But she swore she would never get another ice maker in a fridge like that ever again.
Smart.
So I've never bought one like that either. And you're like, well,
I've
learn
never
from
had
other
one.
people's mistakes.
I'll
It's
make my
nice
own
to have all
ice.
the bells and whistles, but with all the bells and whistles, you've got more shit to repair and go wrong, including in your cars.
I shouldn't have to roll these ducking blunts.
Yeah. One day we'll make it up to you, Jiggy.
No, you won't.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we will.
course
Oh,
you
well,
See, I like Robin's honest about it. She's like, no, the fuck I won't.
you never know.
I was honest. I said, poor Jiggy. I feel bad for you, but I keep thinking,
I put a maybe in there. You
why don't
never
you
know what lies
why
ahead.
don't you make time in the day to roll a couple and put them in a box so when you
I've
come on the show, they're already.
He's a very busy gentleman.
And he does want, like the show that he
You
makes.
can't take 10 minutes out of his time to roll a couple of blunts.
He is
I
right
like my
now.
blunts rolled fresh.
Okay.
They're not
There's
cigarettes.
actually benefits to that.
Exactly. They're
That's
not cigarettes.
it's sort of like the equivalent of keeping your carton of cigarettes in the freezer while you smoke.
My dad did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents did that too.
That's not a good idea if you have
No,
those
because the
low humidity
moisture.
freezers. It'll suck the moisture right out. That's why you don't get ice buildup in the modern freezers.
Oh, well, I figured the little individual cellophane wraps around the packs themselves would keep the moisture in enough. I always kept mine in the freezer. I never had an issue with them, especially the menthols.
Yeah, we always did too. But since then
Mine
I've
never did.
heard that dries them out.
I kept
It
them
could
in my
very
room.
well.
I didn't
I haven't
care.
smoked a
I got
cigarette for a
I haven't
long,
smoked
long,
for a
long time. Yeah, me too.
Me
Corey.
too. I'm so happy I quit. I
Bless
smoked for
your
a
hearts.
long time.
I'm still smoking all this long time.
Robin, you smoke those Gorilla Killers?
Nope.
But that's why I love to smoke, but that's why I vape. I love to smoke.
Yeah, I have
You know.
I have the Juul rig, all the Juul things,
Yeah.
and I still
I've
have
bought
packets
little-
of the flavors and stuff. Shit made me cough a lung up, But then
because you're pulling it's time to get the tar out.
I discovered you're really not supposed to inhale them. You're supposed to just pull it in and blow it out your nose, and that's how you absorb the stuff.
What?
Yeah, you're not supposed to really, because I inhale cigarettes pretty deeply,
I've been inhaling this shit for years now.
Yeah, but this is the Juul. This is the Juul.
Oh.
Maybe that's why it fell from favor. Besides being attractive to kids.
But no, if I sat down with someone smoking a cigarette, I'd want one with them so bad. I love to smoke, and it's been years.
I can't
But
stand
to
them
sit
anymore.
down,
I can't
like if
stand
you
them.
sat
No.
down, if me and Robin sat down and she lit up a cigarette, I'd be
I'd
so
rather put a
Robin
blunt
would
in
have
both of
to
your
move.
hands.
bite my fingers
Robin
and
would have to
nails just
move.
wanting to ask her for one too.
Well, I wouldn't pass you.
Oh,
I
God,
wouldn't be so
smoking.
rude as to smoke around you.
See,
would.
that's how much I love it.
done.
So I vape. I'll confess, I love smoking.
I don't ever got.
I did too. I did really enjoy it, but realized
I'll
that it
be
was
right
killing
back.
me. So
So I have
Okay.
to be very picky, choosy if I want to live to love it more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to be very,
I try not to be. I just don't like the smell anymore. It's disgusting because apparently around here they have like really cheap. We call them Indian cigarettes because you can get them on the reserves, and these things are horrible. Okay, like they just reek. Like my roommates smoke. They smoke them, and like they walk by you, you're just like, oh my god. I just can't stand the smell of it anymore, which is good.
Yeah. And even after I have that cigarette, I feel so dirty.
Yeah. Yeah. Every once in a while, though, I mean, I've quit now this is my second time quitting for 9 years now. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. But I will be honest, every once in a while, everyone I know who's smoked, and I know people who've quit for 40 years, do you still want a cigarette? And this every once in a while, I'm having my morning coffee, and, I'm like, you know what? It'd be really nice to have a cigarette. I'm like, no. So sometimes I'm like, but I know I
Walk by
can't do
that
it.
random person that's smoking one, and
If
it
you
smells
smoke
really
one, it's
good.
over. It's all over. It's all over. I don't care. I'll just have one. No, you won't.
No, one leads to a whole pack.
That's right. If you have the one, if you go over to the other side, then you're done. You know what I mean?
Anger leads to the dark side, it will.
Well, for me, it does. One leads to the whole pack, and I'll smoke that whole pack till it's gone. Not all day, but
you have to buy them 20 at a time. If you could buy them in onesies, maybe that would be a little easier to follow.
They used to sell Lucy's, but then they became illegal.
Well, yeah, in liquor stores, they used to have like a little glass jar with cigarettes sticking up in them, and you can buy them one at a time. Yeah,
the variety stores here do that. The variety stores here sell them. They'll sell single cigarettes.
It's illegal to do that shit here. It's illegal to do that here.
They'll
Like,
sell
you're supposed to go by the pack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
some
won't let
will,
you
not
go
all of
by
them
the
though,
pack.
but some, Never heard of what
John
happened?
thought that he switched from vape to pouches. I've never heard of pouches. Interesting.
A pouch tobacco?
I tried vaping. I don't.
Yeah.
Isn't that pipe tobacco?
Oh,
I think it's
I
more.
thought pouches was chewing. Isn't pouches chewing
Tobacco
tobacco?
pouches.
Or
you can roll your own. We still have
I
it
thought
here.
that was snuff.
We still
Yeah,
have it
or
here.
those roll your own pouches. I think snuff came in 10
roll your own.
10 little tins.
Little, was it pouches for snuff, or that stuff that you put in just a pinch between the cheek and gums?
Yeah, it came in little metal cans.
Yeah, that stuff's really hard to find now. My friend's dad used to like it, and he had like 3 little tins, and he's like, you can't find it anymore.
Oh, and they used to have a
I never
spit
tried it,
bottle
though.
or a spit
Yeah.
jar because they had to keep
Oh
spitting
my
that brown
God.
stuff out.
Yeah,
And
that stuff.
Nephew still
and their
chews.
teeth would always be brown around the edges. Yeah.
It's more of a deep woods type of thing, hunter.
Way back in the
Athletes, baseball players and stuff used to do it. They had to ban it from baseball because they were saying the kids were imitating the baseball players doing it. So they started chewing Big League Chew. That's where Big League Chew came from.
Yeah, they were getting mouth cancer.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
I got lots of friends that chew or chewed. My nephew still does. I mean, maybe
I
he's
did it
quit. I
once.
don't talk to him much, but
I always thought it was called dip.
Wow.
I could be wrong.
I did it once, and I didn't know you're not supposed to swallow some of it by accident.
no.
I threw up immediately.
Okay.
That's probably the best thing you could have done, Jiggy.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, that wasn't good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you quit.
yeah, I threw up. Chewing.
Oh,
You notice how we all went in unison.
oh, my stomach hurts.
I was a teenager too. Shit, how old was I? Fuck.
13.
I was 13.
No, I was
or
older
so.
than
I was
that.
13.
I was probably 15 or 16. It wasn't something that it's yeah, I know exactly who it was too. Fucking asshole. Now that I think about it, yeah. He probably did that shit on purpose. Now I think about it, yeah. There's a lot of like tied into this story now that I think about it. So it makes sense that they probably made me do it on purpose because he's a fucking racist scumbag. Fucking asshole.
Go get him now.
Fuck,
We had a lot of friends around us that chewed, and so it was always like cigarettes. Everybody had all of a sudden you had a cigarette, and it was like, why? I don't like this. I don't understand it. But chewing, yeah, okay, this is cool. Spit. I don't mind this spit. This is great. I swallowed that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh God.
Oh no.
I'm glad it wasn't popular among the
who did
girls.
it. It's not a thing here. I don't know anybody.
Okay, ladies, how
I don't
many
know
of you know
anybody who
another girl, any girls that did that?
I knew girls that
What
chewed.
did
Even though I'm not
That
lady.
I don't know
did
anybody who did it.
with the mouth and the spitting. You tried it?
I tried it like when I was like a teenager, but I know girls that have done it.
Really?
Yeah.
Neat. What part of where at?
Okay, ladies, do you spit or do you swallow? Never mind.
For dip.
I was just gonna say, is this a loaded question?
I hate
No, I'm curious.
swallowing.
I've never heard of a chick doing that before. I mean,
Oh my God! If you listen to the Dax Shepard podcast, he talks about how his wife Kristen Bell did for a year filming a movie together.
wow.
Yeah.
See, I'm so backwoods. I never even knew that girls even try something like that. Check that out, man.
FFA girls. Future farmer.
You go,
America
ladies.
Girls,
I know. Maybe
Go,
so Charles
girls.
has.
I don't
More
know.
of a lady, more of a woman than I'll ever
I don't know
dream of being.
anybody who ever did it. Yeah,
I do.
I don't know anybody.
I won't fuck with none of them girls. That's for sure.
I've seen some burly kind of women who are into it.
I don't know. It's just like, smoking a cigar for the first time, playing cards. I did that. Would I smoke a cigar again? Probably not, but I did.
No, I've tried puffing on a cigar, but man.
Yeah. Oh, Charles Unleashed.
I like the smell of them. I don't like them.
Yeah, they're pretty foul.
Charles says they're like little tiny tea bags. Yeah, okay. They're those little, the little tiny pouches that you put inside your lip. And then you still have to spit with those, Charles? I'm sure you have to spit with those because you do not.
You don't want to swallow.
I'm sure you
I've heard
don't
it's
want
nuts.
No,
You don't want to swallow your saliva. No. Ugh. That would give me such a stomachache.
I'll have the smoke blunts.
I mean, in the Navy, you get the cocky little guys playing poker, and when I was winning, I'd sit there. You'd see me with a cigar, just being as cocky as
Dip
them,
is
just
chewing
to.
tobacco. Thank you, Keats. Thank you.
Yeah, dip is
That's what I
chewing
tried,
tobacco. And then you have snuff.
Just
Yeah,
to be
two.
an asshole.
Okay.
And I did not try
Yeah.
snuff. I had the chance to, but I decided not to.
I've never known anyone doing snuff.
They left. It's like I said, here in Mass, I know like my friend's father, he said like you can't find it anymore. So he takes like he had like 3 tins left, so he uses it sparingly. I don't know about now. That was a long time. That was a couple of years
Nicolas
ago.
Cage did a movie about snuff, 8mm, I think it was called. Or some shit.
Oh God.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. Yep. That was a sick fucking movie. That movie was insane.
Yeah, it was a good movie though.
It is. It was definitely a good movie. It's just
I
like
saw that in
kind
the
of
theater, and I was like, "Wow!" It was disturbing, but man, that was good.
Yeah,
it sounds familiar.
Hey, Jiggy,
Maybe.
would you flush me out? There's stuff I have to go do. I love
It
every
means you gotta go
damn
take
one
a
of
shit.
you.
Go take your shit. Have fun.
Well, that'll of course be part of it, but can you flush me out?
Bye.
I love it.
Later, hold on. I should move up.
No.
There I went.
Circle takes
All
the
right, now we
square.
can talk freely.
There she goes.
Woo, now we can actually talk like human beings again.
Yeah, talk freely now, finally.
John.
Like
That's
she
gonna be a
leaves and the mood
challenge
just
for
changes
me.
to a good mood, you know. Now we can all be
Yeah.
free and talk
It's like a
about
weight
things
lifted
that
off her
matter.
shoulders.
Yeah, man. Ding dong, the witch is gone, the witch is gone, the witch is gone. Ding dong, the wicked witch is gone. Come on, y'all.
You know she's watching us right now going, "Fuck you guys."
It's okay, Robin. I still love you, sweetie.
It's like fucking fuckers. Or she just, or Mr.
Notice
Wendell
the
came
girls
over.
are sitting here not saying.
Crickets.
She's probably gonna go watch some more donkey porn.
Well, I'm gonna go find some donkey dicks and DM her.
That's too funny. Could you imagine? It's like, what do you think if you look on the internet for that, you're going to see? I mean, seriously.
But that's the first thing that you thought to think. Like I could see, like okay, the first time you go on the internet, I want to see some titties, some ass, a vagina, dick, whatever you're into, right? But the first thing that you want to see when you can fucking surf the internet is a woman getting
Some
fucked
chick
by a
having sex
donkey.
with a donkey. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
when my buddy
whatever
got
works
the
for you.
internet. First thing I looked up was Atlantis.
Is it Atlantis? You said?
Yeah, I'm into the myth of Atlantis. I've always have. I've read a bunch of books about
Me
it.
too.
I thought, what can we find? And I found this really cool article, and he let me bookmark it, and it took me like about a week to go through it because, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there. But nice little article about Plato's Atlantis. I was like, okay, cool. That's the first thing I looked up.
I don't remember.
The first thing I dug about the internet was connecting with people in different places so quickly. Like they had like all the little chat rooms and stuff, and you could chat with people from around the world in different places. Like, yo, this is fucking awesome. Like, it kind of expanded your world like really quickly.
Had a lot of chat rooms. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. Like that was actually that's I didn't like early on the internet. Like I didn't use it much. Like it wasn't really that's the kind of stuff I used it for. I wasn't really looking up a whole lot of stuff and buying like eBay. When
I
remember
chatted
eBay
to
and all that shit
people
came
like I do
around.
on Twitter. Yeah.
When I first got on the internet, like in 2005, when I had my first home computer and internet and all that, I was all about wrestling.
I can understand that.
And porn, because I was Signal. It was wrestling and porn.
Yeah. I use it for business. But I get on the internet, so let me see. I still have my first fucking email address from AOL, and it was 97, maybe 98.
I don't even know what my first email.
Yeah, AOL was still on disc and shit. They had to send you a disc to load this shit onto your computer, and shit. That's how you got AOL.
Yeah.
This is really early on.
Yeah.
I heard that. Not AOL.
I still have my AOL address.
Back when, yep.
People laughed. They're like, wait,
And
you
way
still
back
have an
when
AOL address?
all you
I'm like,
needed
yeah.
was a modem. You didn't have to spend. Yeah, you remember you didn't have to spend like what is it, $60 a month for internet. You just had to have a modem, and you were in. And you know what I mean?
you were using your dial-up. It was dialing up to your
I
phone.
do remember, like, hey, get off the phone. I gotta get off the internet. I gotta make a phone call.
Or somebody fucking calls you, or you're on some. You're like, oh fuck.
Or you're
I gotta start
down
all over again.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got my dad with the internet. I had moved out. When I got off meth, I moved back in with my parents for a little bit. And when I was moving out, I was like, I don't know why you don't have the internet. And he's like, what good is it? My dad was a huge NASCAR fan. I'm like, you can get on the NASCAR sites. He's like, no, it's not interested. But within a month, he had the internet, and he had like 4 NASCAR sites he was going to regularly.
But do y'all remember AOL chat rooms.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. Like, yes, if they have the chat rooms, they have the community rooms,
I
they
remember
have
Lycos
international
chat
rooms, all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. That's how you met people.
No, not
We
AOL.
discussed
I
it,
remember Lycos chat rooms.
I don't know what Lycos even is.
AOL's not big in Canada, so.
Well, it's not big anywhere anymore.
Actually, they're making a comeback. They just bought some company or something. I don't know what's going on with them.
I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
my address.
AOL, Time
Yeah,
Warner,
somebody
bought
was
something.
talking before about.
What happened, Corey?
Go ahead, John.
Oh no, I was just saying that I heard they
No,
bought
I said
something.
somebody before was talking about Lycos, and that's what we had. It was like an operating system. I guess now it's Google. I think it was Jill that was saying something about Lycos, and
No,
there was
I
a
think
lot
it
of
was
chat
Robin.
rooms in Lycos. Yeah, maybe it was Robin because Lycos is a long time ago. It's a long time. It's still there now, but I mean, way back when it was like the thing. It was like Google. So.
Yeah, no, I remember. I'm not fluent in all that shit, anyways. Like I said, my roommate at the time, he built my computer. Like he literally made the computer for me.
Wow.
And I was like, "This is cool as shit." And had fun with it.
Yeah, my first computer was a friend of mine he got a new one and he gave me his old one and he cleaned it all out and stuff like that. And he gave me and the modem and everything. I was like, oh, right. So it was great. And back then it was basically, I looked at a lot of cooking stuff and, like a lot of recipes and just like, stuff like that. But chat rooms just to talk to people, as you said, it was so much fun, just like it is still today. Talking to people from like all over the world and getting everyone's perspective.
Until you started getting the first fucking stalkers back then and shit, though. Because the problem was because of the work that I was doing.
Never stalked. I've never had a problem.
I made the mistake early on. I would post, tonight, I'll be doing this, blah, 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 that. And people would like, especially like random women, like who'd be in like chat rooms and shit, or people you would talk to who like monitored your social media would show up at places. I was like, yeah, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm not a fan of that.
It's probably not a good idea. Wow. Yeah. So I've never had that happen. You know what I mean? But I never did stuff. I was told way back then, like, don't post, everything about your life. You know what I mean? Like, like if you want what you had for dinner, like kidding around back then, stuff like that. But I mean, like, not that I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm doing this, I'm going on a trip, I'm going, you know what I mean? Like, just keep it neutral and fun and, so I've never had a problem. I know other people who've been stalked and stuff, like just craziness.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you put out there. There's motherfuckers watch your every move and shit, watch everything you're doing, what you post and shit.
Yeah, like, and as I said, like these guys, I mean, and I don't use that word, lightly, but they were crazy. Like my friend talked to this guy for like 10 seconds in some chat. And I was there, and he said something really inappropriate. And she says, okay, well, it's been nice knowing you. Like, don't talk to me anymore, very politely. And he lost his mind, and he stalked her for like 3 years. It was really crazy.
Dang.
I'm good with all that.
So, yeah. Like, ended up showing up to her house. And he was like,
good luck.
Yes, like, we're in Canada. So he was in like Indiana or something. I mean, I know it's far away from Toronto, so for us, right? So it's not like he was, in 3 towns over or nothing. It was like he was like deep.
He went to another country.
So.
Yeah.
He went to another country. He showed up at her house.
She's sick.
Yes, Charles.
But it looks like it goes both ways. Charles says he's not on the. That's why he's not on social media.
See, Charles is.
Oh, I could care less. Like I put on there what I want to. It's like I said, if you really want to see me or hang out with me, whatever, let me know. I'll tell you where we could go hang out and meet.
Then nowadays, Facebook, they worry about the fact checkers, but nonetheless, you got a zillion people who try to steal everybody else's accounts, steal their accounts. There's so many times I get a certain friend request me again, and on the other end, they're saying, don't accept my friend request. Someone's got a hold of my
I just
stole his account. Stole his Facebook account.
See, stuff like that's going on.
I just went through that.
Nothing's been updated, but she got into it, and he was like, "I'm I think he was like 13 or 14. He's like, I'm a 14-year-old kid. And she was like, it's her. She hasn't done anything. It's still like what it was like, 5 years ago or whatever. 6 years ago now. It's still the same. Nothing's been updated, but he lost it.
But my
he
gosh,
hasn't made a new one.
you post a joke and, you've got fact checkers on that shit and you're just posting a dorky joke. But my gosh, they can't control these people stealing everybody's accounts and stuff. And that just blows my mind.
But that goes on to a lot of people too, because a lot of people just click on random shit. They spend all day taking all these random tests and trivia and everything, and all they're doing is data mining your shit the whole time you're doing it. And you're giving yourself access to these hackers. So it's not necessarily even on just Facebook, it's on the people, because people click on dumb shit.
Yeah, they do.
But I wanted to know what kind of potato I was.
Exactly. Oh my God. Which dwarf am I?
All the time.
What'd you say, Joe?
What happened to me recently?
Like way back, like a few years, like ages ago, like they would do the clickbait videos. Video must see something.
No.
So like a sucker, I clicked on it once, and then I got hacked.
And you get a virus.
It was spamming all my friends, so I had to change my password. So I learned after that I don't click on it. That was a really long time ago, actually. So I don't do that anymore. I actually am bailing on Facebook really at all these days.
Yeah, I'm barely there myself.
I'm spending a lot of time on Twitter. I'm finding it's more exciting on Twitter.
I don't even do Twitter.
All I know is I did not like somebody's tweet today. Directly at somebody in the chat.
Well,
I liked all the comments, but I did not like the original tweet because I went, "That's mean. If you know someone doesn't like something, why are you going to send them something that's horrifying?"
You talking about Spudwise fucking tweet?
I'm just talking about a spider on a blanket.
No. It's not just a spider. It's a tarantula.
True.
Like she stepped her gate. Like it's like really. And I'm like, this is like, and I told her like you're like the sweetest thing. I talk so highly of you now, and this is how you can treat me.
And I was like, nope. I like everyone's comments on it, but like, nope. Ain't going to do it.
Nope.
Oh, I donated totally.
Donate. That shit would get burned. You see that shit get burned on an open fire.
I have a friend who is scared of spiders. He was in the military. He was laying down in a jungle somewhere, and a giant tarantula went over his chest, into his face. All the guys looking at him. Can't stand spiders. He works a job. A guy, as a joke, put a fake spider in his locker.
Nope.
Flipped out. Like everyone laughed at him because he was a fool. Got off work that night. Walked over to the guy's car, pulled out his knife, sliced all 4 tires. The guy goes, "What the hell are you doing?" He goes, "Haha, I think it's funny. Don't you think it's funny? You thought it was funny when you scared you of the spider? Well, I think this is funny. What are you going to do?" And the guy's like, "Well, you owe me money for the tires." He's like, "I don't know, you shit," and walked away.
Exactly.
Huh?
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Exactly. Read my mind, Jiggy.
Right.
Read my mind verbatim on that one, Jiggy.
I love you,
right
Spud
again?
Wife, but hell no. Don't you all send me no. I will do a video of that shit getting burned on the fucking fire pit.
I did
I'll take the spiders, Spud Wife. I like spiders. You can send them
I
to
think
me.
Bee Gees found one with a hat or something, or dancing, doing something for
It was
you.
a mustache, yeah.
Yeah.
Saw that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take this. I'll take Jiggy's share. I like spiders.
Yeah, you can
I'll
have all the
protect
spiders
you from
want.
I'll protect Jiggy from the spiders.
Who's
I'll
gonna
take
protect
Jiggy's
you?
Spiders.
Who's gonna
I
protect
like
you?
spiders.
Liking them don't make them other. You can like them all you want. You know what? I like sharks. I know they can kill me.
I like grizzly bears.
I'm not scared of the spiders.
I like lions, tigers, bears, all of them.
Bear want a belly rub?
I like the critters. I've been studying critters for a long time. I've got encyclopedias and books. I'm pretty good at knowing which spiders are bad ones and I need to squish and which ones are good and just puppies with 8 legs.
I don't want to squish any of them. I don't want to be in their presence. And they don't have to worry about me killing them killing me. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to
Suit
truce
yourself.
with all spiders. You can
Teach
go
yours
play
on.
with them. You can flirt with them. You can marry one of them. You can do whatever you
Yeah,
want. You can be
wow.
like Bee Gees and the rest of the Australian women. Keep one in your vagina. Whatever you want to do. It's your business.
That's too extra for me, but you know.
Hey, listen, whatever.
Too extra.
is what it is. Yeah.
Nope.
Jeez. Yeah, this is social media. Yeah. It's
Spiders in their vaginas. Okay.
That's poor fella. He
Tarantulas.
actually
Only the Australians.
Yeah, only the Australian women. I don't know about any other ones. I just know Australian women have spiders in their vaginas. They keep them
this
as
poor
pets
fella.
and security.
It's like a chastity belt
What are people talking about?
with 8 legs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know.
That sausage gets
Vagina.
too clear, it's a snack. Crunch right with them little
Whoa,
fangs,
whoa,
buddy.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Slow down. Slow down.
See, yeah.
Slow down. Slow down. Relax. Relax.
Starting to feel that shit, are you, gentlemen?
Relax. You need to calm down. Okay.
me and Corey down here, you can tell we're a little bit sadistic, just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know Corey is. She worked on sex. She's a sex line worker.
Yeah, Canadian sex line worker.
Yeah, that's right. So funny. Robin was so excited.
Robin thought it was real. Robin was going to have you on the show and exploit you.
Go ahead, John.
Robin Robin thought that you were
Robin
actually a
was
sex
so funny.
worker.
She's gonna be on her show.
I wonder if they're the same people.
I don't know.
The ones that go to Purpose.
I don't know.
I still think you should try it. Just do it as a lark. I'd so be there. Just see how many people actually go for it.
Funny.
I think it would be hilarious. Just to, at the end of the show, you could, let
She
everybody
was
in
so
on the
funny.
joke.
She was so excited. You have to come back on my show.
Yeah.
Jackie and her killed ourselves laughing. And she's like, "Oh my god, that's so interesting." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, then you find out she starts to go, well, I did the same thing back in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Robin's like, we used to do it with cans and string.
Did the same thing, what?
Cans and string.
Do it with the
just scream
Morse code. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep.
Morse code and shit.
Used to send the money over by carrier pigeon.
Carrier pigeon.
Smoke signals and shit.
Signals, yeah. Drums.
Get
Western
the little money.
Union. They send telegrams.
Get the little $20 bill off the bird's leg. You send it off, and then you start talking dirty into the can, into the string.
And talking dirty was back then was a lot because the clothes they had to wear and shit. So I'm going to take this huge big ass bonnet off first.
Oh my, it sure is hot in her. I may have to expose a little ankle. Oh, there it is.
Oh man! By the time they took all their clothes off, the dudes probably fell asleep and shit. Them hookers wasn't even really putting in no work. Everybody fell asleep because they had to take all their. Well, that's the hookers were the only ones that weren't dressed. They had little clothes on.
Maybe those hookers were smart because they did that on purpose, knowing that by the time that person
you get paid by the hour.
Paid up front, and they only got a certain amount of time.
That's right.
They took that long to get the bacon.
They used to pay by the act back then. Come on, I watched Deadwood.
Yo, Daisy, if you do.
Daisy, if you do.
Yeah. 2 hours later.
I've said that to people.
And they were always knocked down, drunk and shit.
I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna go in a minute too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Bye, Corey.
You guys have
Bye,
fun.
Corey.
I'll see you soon. Have a fabulous evening. Bye, everyone in the chat. Have a good night. Bye.
Later.
Hasta luego.
Wow,
I think I'm gonna drop off too.
Yeah, she's that evil Canadian's gone, so we're even better, right?
No,
you don't have to worry about her taking notes and going back and telling the alien Canadians.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your fellow Bostonian's gonna go because she's tired and I got a little bit of a headache. So I just wanted to come in and say hi.
Well, feel better.
Do an Urban Dictionary, do my job, so I feel good now. I can rest.
You did your job, kid. We're proud of you, kid.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye, Julie.
Show good dinner.
I mean, it was 3.
Yeah.
You say you about to eat dinner? What did you say about dinner?
No, I asked my dog if he had a good dinner. He came right up to me.
Ah.
Now, I actually already ate.
Me too.
Me 3.
I had food.
I had
That's
food
pizza
and
and wings.
I had pizza and an Ensure.
Pizza and a what?
Ensure.
In-
Ensure.
Yeah, no, that's just an odd pairing.
Yeah.
Hey, it was the Ensure's more like a dessert thing, but top it off with an Ensure. Make sure all them vitamins I never get. Just ding, 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 ding. Boom,
Shit,
covered.
that's all I could drink for like a month and a half.
That stuff's the bomb.
Yeah, I couldn't consume, what do you call it, anything hard, so I had to have liquids.
Yeah.
And I had to get protein at the same time, so Ensure kind of helped a lot.
I've had episodes where I'm so damn busy I forget to eat. So
I've
yeah,
never
it was.
forgotten to eat. I've no
I-
I'm
I
that
could
dork.
eat.
I am that dork.
I do the same thing. Yeah, I get you 6.
I
I'm
know.
that
I always feel
stupid.
like I should eat. Oh, I mean, I'm hungry. I should eat. I don't have time. I'm not going to be able to eat yet. And 4 or 5 hours go by, and I'm like, man, I'm really hungry. Maybe I should eat something. I never forget. Just
No, I forget to eat, and then I forget if I ate sometime. But can I eat something today? Okay, maybe not.
I would have been more comfortable on a 36-hour day.
I hear you. Well, we'll find a planet that has 36-hour days for you.
But it doesn't work that way because of the sun and shit. But yeah.
Well, there's got to be a planet somewhere where that works. We'll find it.
Hey.
Yeah?
Oh God.
Yeah, I'll let you use one of the portals once.
is
It'd
it
be
like
cold as hell.
our rhythm is set for like a 25-hour day or something? The day they have on Mars.
Mm-hmm.
I read that somewhere, heard that somewhere, but it's probably David Wilcock that said it, so who knows?
See what happens is actually Mars is 25. We're actually doing the same as Mars, but because of the way our science works here, the bullshitters, they say it's only 24. Okay, all right. Okay.
Earth planet.
They call it 24/7 for a reason. 24.7. See, if you think about it, it doesn't have to do with the 7 days of the week. It just brings you closer to 25.
Now, I thought I heard that day is actually 23. It's like 23 hours and 56 minutes and something. There's like 4 minutes off. That's why we get a leap year.
Well, isn't there 13 moons in a year?
Hey, KB.
Yeah, because there's 28 days between the moons, though. You go by, I think it's the Islamic calendar goes by the moon, and I want to say the Jewish calendar too, but I could be wrong on that one. But I know the Islamic does, because the holy days move around.
I'm asking, not telling. You might. This is more your thing than mine. So this is where I'm like, I could stand corrected at any time. I'm just throwing ask questions.
13 has a negative connotation, so they had to change it up.
I just kind of remember something where they say, oh, you can match a turtle's back to a calendar, and that's how they used to do it in Eastern culture, yada, yada, yada. And there was something about the 13 somethings on his back. And then there was the little pieces around the very edge, and they count those out. And I thought it was pretty fascinating that, basically a lot of turtles are they can map a turtle's back, almost any turtle's back, by this calendar they made. You can say, hey, turtle, let me check. Boom, 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 and see if he matches up.
What if the turtle says no? Keeps going.
Well, I'm pretty sure
Well,
any
first of
three
all,
of us could overpower one.
we're on the turtle's back. It's a flat Earth, and it's flying around on the turtle's back. You didn't know?
That's true.
No one told you guys?
Stephen King, the universe got created because the turtle threw it up.
Mm-hmm. We're turtle vomit.
Yep.
Okay.
I'd really have a hard time with that.
Comes from.
I've had a few arguments with flat earthers, and I've asked them how come when aviators fly, they can circumvent either the Antarctic Circle or the Arctic Circle shorter than the equator. They can fly that shit. And, how come the equator takes the longest amount of time?
That the Antarctic Circle actually takes longer than the Arctic Circle. But.
See, you would think.
Yeah,
but it doesn't.
Argue that. I had a friend that was a guy that I knew, and he watched there's a video series about flat Earth that he watched, and he was trying to convince me the flat Earth was real, and I was like, man, have you watched anything that debunks what you watched? He goes, no. You have to watch if you want to believe in something like this, you have to see what the naysayers say. Watch that. Once you've watched that, come back and ask me. And he comes back, he's like, yeah, I don't think it's true now. I'm like, no, but it's a nice thought experiment, like, okay, if it was true, why? if we live in a if the world's a simulation, wouldn't it appear flat, even though it wouldn't be? You know, in a video game, when you're in a video game, you can walk around a world in a video game, it always appears flat, but you're still going around a sphere.
But it's also because all these videos and stuff, when you first look into a lot of this shit, are all so just crazy. They all have all these stuff they put together. They put a whole bunch of bullshit together and make it all seem real. If you don't know anything about, if you know a little bit about some of this stuff, then it ties in. But then you have to go do the research and realize that these motherfuckers just put a whole bunch of crazy shit together. It's all sensationalized and stuff like science and everything, and the stuff that actually can be proven isn't really sensationalized. It doesn't have to be. But these motherfuckers go above and beyond. What is it? It's the JiGGYs films and all that shit. Like, don't watch these films and don't watch this shit on YouTube. And you watch all of it, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, wow, yeah, that's all real. Okay, I get it. Cool. Yeah, it all makes sense.
No, I always ask them, it's like, okay, the Earth's flat. How? Why? Explain that part to me.
Well, because see, and then there's this ice wall that's in Antarctica where there's a treaty with all the countries in the military. And then see, Australia doesn't exist, and the way the sun actually rises and sets, it doesn't, and and then the Earth doesn't, and
the sun doesn't rise; it just moves around the top of the world. But I always ask, what's underneath the Earth then? What's beyond the ice wall? What about
You're
space?
asking the wrong person. I'm
They don't have answers for these questions though.
The rest of the production lot. Once you get past the ice wall, you're on Studio B instead of Studio A.
I just couldn't get him past the difference between the equator and the Arctic and the Antarctic Circle. I just couldn't get him to see beyond that.
Because none of them are probably pilots. None of them are pilots. None of them do that type of stuff. They don't even understand the map. They don't understand any part of it.
I jumped out of a plane and I saw the curvature of the Earth because I was so high. I mean, I was like, okay, but that doesn't exist. Or the guy that jumped out of the highest, he took that balloon up and he jumped out of that thing for like I think it was Red Bull.
Red Bull, yeah.
Oh yeah. I seen that.
He did that. I remember watching that, and you could see the curvature of the Earth. And what they're going to say? Oh, it's the lens cap. It's the way the window is on
actually
the
a fisheye lens.
It's a fisheye lens and blah blah.
It is a fisheye lens.
And then they did that movie, which I still only watched part of, where the guy he proves the Earth is not flat. That's like no, that's false results.
Yeah, the flat earthers keep actually proving themselves wrong, and they do it live, and it's like, dummy, and they're like, oh shit.
Well, they do it in the one thing. Flat earthers have tons of members around the globe.
Yeah,
I don't care. It still kind of triggers me. That's one of my trigger conversations. I just like, no, you're so wrong.
Because
I've flown too much.
The thought experiment behind it, like, okay, what's beyond this? What's under this? What's above this? If there's an ice wall around the Earth, what's beyond the ice wall? Who built the ice wall?
Dude, it's so. All right, here's the other thing too. You can get a lens to see the moon, right?
Yeah.
So you should be able to get a lens to stand on any shore, have somebody take a boat, drive straight ahead, and you should always be able to see them, no matter how far they get. There should be
if I go to the ocean, I should be able to see Japan or Russia, whatever's directly across from me.
Hey, what's the chick, the Republican chick who said she could see Russia from her window because she lives in Alaska? Sarah Palin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so,
Jeanette's like, I don't know you can smoke on planes. Let me tell you something, Jeanette. When I served in the military, I worked on P3s, and those things actually had ashtrays. We actually could smoke in a military.
Commercial airlines did too back in the day.
Back
they
in
had
the back,
smoking
they had
sections.
smoking sections. Yeah.
You could smoke anywhere. Restaurants, people used to light up restaurants, movies. Back in the day, you could smoke anywhere. They didn't give a fuck.
Elementary schools, hospitals.
People be smoking at their kids' fucking recitals and shit. Like, oh yeah, sing. Go ahead, girl. Do your thing. Look at the dance. That's my daughter. Yeah.
Around oxygen.
Yeah, they used to celebrate babies being born with cigars, literally in hospitals and shit like that.
Back in the black and white TV days, Fred Flintstone was actually hawking cigarettes.
Yeah, in the commercials, not on the show. That's what's funny. And
it's smeared right in there.
Cartoon character, seriously.
Shit, they had a lawsuit that Orchard Park, if you know the group New Edition, that's where all but one of them are from. They're from Orchard Park, which is in Roxbury, Massachusetts. And the projects that they grew up in, there's a lawsuit that got settled in the past few years because Newport, or one of those companies, was literally going around those projects giving away cigarettes to fucking kids and shit for free to get them all addicted to the cigarettes.
Yeah.
So they hawked cigarettes to everybody. They didn't give a listen. Back in the day, I could go to the corner store and get cigarettes, get liquor, get whatever was on that list, and know that they knew I was going to take it from that fucking store home, which was only fucking 3 houses down from that fucking corner store, because you could go get that shit for adults, but they knew it was for adults, and you knew you fuck with it, you was going to get your ass kicked, so you wasn't going to fuck with it. So back, they didn't give a fuck. I used to go to bars with my mother and shit and sit there and drink Shirley Temples.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
Me too.
Shit, I was in my first strip club when I was like 13. Shit.
I was in bars with my mom at 14.
Like 15. And my buddy's mom bartended, and we were going to go see a movie, but we had to go to the bar to get money from his mom for him. And then we sat in the corner, and they brought us over. We thought was Shirley Temples. Actually, we thought they were Cokes with cherries.
Yeah.
And they were not Cokes with cherries. They were rum and Cokes. And we didn't watch the movie. We got drunk.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then on the way, then her cousin had to give us a ride home, and we're like, buy us a half rack of beer on the way home. We don't have any money, though. And she's like, all right. And she bought us beer. We get to his house. We're drinking beer, walking around the neighborhood, drunk as hell. 15.
You were a delinquent.
Close enough.
Yeah, I was. I started drinking with my friends at 13.
Me too.
Yeah.
We
go out in the woods, just drink. You know, the thing I probably have now is like, you drink, you get down at the bottle, we just toss it in the woods because we didn't know any better. Now I'd be kicking my ass. Not for drinking, but don't litter. Put that bottle back in the container. Come on. We'll throw that in the dumpster over by the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Litter bug.
Yeah.
That's the thing growing up in the city. There's no fucking woods to go hide it and shit and fucking drink.
Oh, yeah. We were parked. They were building a Safeway, and we were partying behind it. And the cops show up. And my buddy goes, dump the beer in the blackberry bushes. So I'm throwing beer in the blackberry bushes. Like, show me your hands. Just a second. Show me your hands. Kid, I'm not fooling around. And then the flashlight hits me and his gun's out. And I'm like, just tossing beer. But I had tossed all the beer.
Right.
And he was like, oh, you threw beer in there? He's like, yeah. He's like, well, go get it. I ain't getting that beer. There's sticker bushes. Cop let us go, talked to us, gave us the riot act for 15 minutes. As soon as he was done, he was digging for that beer.
I bet you the cop wanted it too, so he could take it away from you and then have it for later.
Yep.
Yeah, they used to do that.
Oh yeah, they did. Nice cold beer for later.
One of my high school friends became a cop, and he said that it's funny because he's talking to guys that busted the high school parties that have been there like 10, 15 years. And this is like early 90s. He's like, yeah, we can't keep the beer we bust anymore. Why not? He's like, I don't know. They just flipped out about it. I guess a cop got drunk on duty doing that. So yeah, they couldn't. So if they busted, they said, we caught kids with beer. How much beer? Then they say over the radio, there better be that many beers when they got back. And then what did they do? We poured it out. I'm like, really? He's like, unless we need it for a court case, we poured it out. Do you ever need it for a court case? He goes, no.
Well, at least you were a kid when you're doing stupid things. It was just like 5 years ago. I was like high as a kite at a tomato festival here in Reynoldsburg, and I saw a real cute cop. So I marched up to him higher than a kite and said, I hear you're giving away free handcuffs. And I gave him a cute little wink and grinned, and he didn't arrest me. I was so stupid. I mean, that's how stupid I am. Here I am sexually harassing a cop high as a kite.
He probably didn't give a fuck.
No,
he was a really good looking guy, I have to admit. And I just couldn't stop. I couldn't help myself. I had to march up to him and ask him if he was giving away free handcuffs.
No, we got pulled over. My buddy had a taillight out we didn't know about. And so he gets pulled over. And there's 3 of us in this little like Datsun truck. And we got pulled over by a female state patrol officer. And we're not thinking anything of it. Like, why we get pulled over? We're sober. We're just, I forget what we were doing, but we're driving somewhere. And she pulls us over and she comes up and she gets all our IDs and takes them back. And then 2 other cops show up and we're like, and I'm like, the guy who's driving, what'd you do? He's like, I didn't do anything. What'd you guys do? I haven't done anything. And then another 4th cop shows up and then we're like, what's going on? And she goes, They just think I needed backup because there's 3 of you. And we're just like, did we do anything? She's like, no, you guys are all good. You're good to go. By the way, your taillight's out. I'm just going to give you a verbal warning and get that fixed. She's like, oh, which one? Yeah, it was the driver's side. He goes, all right, I'll get it fixed in the morning. She's like, okay. And we leave, and we're just, so we knew never mess with a female cop. Just be more polite to them than anybody.
All I know is the
You always be polite to the police officer. Always be polite. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Reynoldsburg cops are the best. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, Port Orchard, man. Those cops there. Kitsap County cops, Mason County. Mason County are the worst because there's nothing to do in that. So if they pull you over, you're getting searched. They're harassing you. Oh, my God.
I basically walked up and gave the man a freebie. And he just giggled, and my mom come pulling me up.
No, El Segundo cop.
Our LA cops. We all know about them. They're racist. We know that.
No, they know that besides that.
Wait, which cops? Where don't I need to go? What'd you say?
Never go to El Segundo. It's a sundown town, or it was.
Ooh.
In LA, in Los Angeles.
I didn't know what that was till about 3 years ago.
Yep.
But that's
I didn't know what that meant until about 3 years ago.
Oh.
Wow. I thought that was something that happened only in the old days. That's still going on?
No, I don't think it's still going on.
I forget where it was. I want to say, I think it was Oklahoma, but I'm not positive. So there was a state that the governor made a town stop with a siren at sundown. I mean, recently, I just saw the article. And I only read like the first paragraph part of it.
Deep fried Betty Crocker bullcrap is that?
The town, yeah, like the governor says, you're going to stop doing this. It was at sundown, they did this siren to tell everybody, if you don't live here, you got to leave now.
What the?
And I don't think they were talking about his long-haired, freaky white guys.
That's not cool.
It might have been,
That's just not. No.
Well, you long-haired.
Yeah, freaky people. Well, actually, we could apply that. That's how desperate they are for jobs.
But Jesus, I mean, think of the tension. That's just so not cool.
No.
That's like a tension alarm. That's just 14 different kinds of messed up, and I'm trying so hard not to cuss.
Why?
Because it's just, not right.
Jiggy doesn't care if you cuss.
Well, it don't fix anything. It's just,
Fuck yeah, it does. See, I feel better already.
I'm just here for the comments.
Messed up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a damn shame.
Those are places I don't want to go. I can tell you that.
There you go. Yeah, I don't even. Hell, I don't want to go there with you. I've got, I guess, apparently less to be worried about.
Can I tell you something? The one thing that I've understood about racism is I'd rather have somebody put a symbol or a sign on their door that tells me they don't want me there, they don't like my kind, they don't want my business.
Then a sneak attack.
Then just you walk into that place and spend money, and they just smile in your face, and then deep down they don't even really want your money.
Uh-huh.
I just rather know who doesn't like me. You know where I don't have to. Cool. I won't shop there. I wouldn't give you $1. You got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Someone else will happily take your money.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
I never got the people that are like, there's like I just saw something where a bakery, someone ordered like 5 dozen cookies from a small town bakery, and then on their Facebook page they had a rainbow cookie, so they canceled the order. I'm just like.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't get that. What you order because a rainbow? Maybe the person.
Yeah, but did you see the result of that though?
Yeah,
lots of money.
They had a fucking line around the block.
Yeah, they sold. Yeah, so that's the and hey, maybe that's why the story got put out there like that too.
Well,
I always think that now because of certain DW and CG who always did the. They're messing with my screen.
There's the sympathy aspect that carries a lot of weight nowadays to how things get portrayed and put out in the media and who puts it in the media and stuff. I get what you're saying, though. There definitely is.
Which that doesn't bother me so much. Okay, you're using something for your advantage. It's the person. Oh, you support that? Like, I just don't get it. Like, people are people. Everybody deserves the same rights as everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the whole world doesn't see it like that, though.
Yeah, I know.
There's
I
a
know.
lot of people that judge a lot of other people.
And again, I'll tell you this much too. I think that they're entitled to their opinions. And like I said, I'd rather know how you feel, who you are, what you don't like, and stuff like that, than have to sit there and guess. You've given me, you've actually helped the whole process for me. You let me skip the point of having to figure this shit out myself and do any kind of detective work or get to know you. You've already told me who you are. Cool. I can skip this shit.
Yep. I've run across a couple examples of exactly that my own self, Jiggy, and I respect.
In the world, you don't have to worry about the people who don't like you, don't respect it. There's plenty of people who do. There's plenty of people who will still take that money, will still sell you cookies, will still sell you cake, will still fucking marry you or do whatever you need to do. The world has
And be
changed.
happy
It's
to
not
do it.
perfect. It's not a perfect world, but people are getting better at understanding and being much more comfortable just letting other people live their fucking lives. You know, it's not, again, it's not perfect. I by no means think the world is perfect, but the ideas and stuff are changing, and people are just getting smarter and just becoming more accepting of things, you know, and understanding things that they just didn't maybe understand before. That's also the great thing about the age of information, is that some of the information is actually doing good. It's not all shits on here, you know, it's not all just shits and giggles. There's some great things that get accomplished because of the internet as well. It's helped the world again to get smaller.
I've learned from other people's mistakes before.
Yeah, I've learned from theirs and my own as well.
Yeah, I've learned from plenty of my own. But no, I really resent people that will just. I've seen it. People just pick one flaw off of someone. Your nose is big, and call them monster nose, and just hound at them and just belittle them because of one little feature about how they look.
Those are people who never grew up. They're still stuck in school. That's not even high school. That's fucking grammar school. They're still stuck in grammar school.
The thing is, they're grown. They're our age. They're our age.
They never grew up, Nick.
Don't mean much.
They have a chip on their shoulder that they never ever got rid of.
And
because if you're still at our age acting like that and talking like that, then there's something wrong with you. Like, what the fuck? Who cares? I don't care how big your nose is, how small your nose is, whatever your features. I don't give a fuck.
And the thing is, they think their shit don't stink, and they're just the symbol of the perfect, iconic beauty, male, female icon. And you know, and sure, I'm pretty. Sure, I'm a handsome dude. And that gives me every right to just belittle every one of you and point out every one of your physical flaws. And they don't. And I'm thinking, you know, that makes it real easy for me to just figure out exactly what kind of person you are.
Yeah.
And they don't. And a lot of people overlook it because they're so pretty or they're so handsome.
You know what's funny?
I'm overweight. Unless I'm overweight, you know, I'm a little chubby. I don't care, you know. I'm trying to lose weight my way. I'm not trying to starve myself or be unhealthy, but at the same time, I have a sugar addiction that I'm dealing with. And I have people that I see. I have a guy that I see all the time, and he runs. He's got all these weights, and he's just working out. And when I'm working and I see him when I'm walking around, he always, how you doing? I'm like, man, you just make me feel bad. He's like, why? They totally like. He's like, you know, he goes, you can lose some weight, but he goes, but you don't have to. And I'm like, man, I got bad knees. I'm older. Everything's slowed down. He's still in his 30s, and he's trying to get to his ideal weight in what he thinks is in his head. And he's like, I'm trying to lose 5 more pounds because then I want to put 10 pounds of muscle on. And we have conversation, and he's just super nice. But I have other people that walk by, and I can see him like just looking at me. Care less.
Well,
you know.
Listen, the other day I was in the car with the grandbaby, and we're like at a red light, and the guy's next to me. There's a bunch of traffic, so I can see that the guy's all frustrated, but he just keeps kind of staring at me. So, because she's in the car, normally I would have said something different, but I was just like, hi, and he's like, hey, how you doing? And all of a sudden, his face just changed, and I don't know why, but he's looking past me, and the grandbaby's in the back seat. She's waving hi to him, so his whole demeanor just changed.
Yeah.
You just see him smile. He's like, hey, have a good day, you guys. But I was like, that's just hilarious. He was just looking at me like he wanted to kill me and shit. And he sees her in the back.
Especially nowadays, because there's so many. I remember when mixed couples was like, oh my God, she's dating a black guy. And I'm like, give it 15 years and white guys will be dating black women and it won't be a big deal. saw that coming. Shouldn't have been a big deal then, but what? Nowadays, I'm surprised everyone looks at it twice.
Well, I think with me and her too, though, like I'm darker than she is. She's really, really fair skinned. So I think sometimes it's just to some people it might look odd, but they see how she interacts with me and clearly understand that I'm her grandfather, like she knows who I am. So
Yeah.
I think it might be that one sense of was a stranger danger type shit because they look different, or is it just people who just still in their minds are like, oh, that just doesn't look right, like is it a light?
I hope it's stranger danger.
Right. That's what I'm saying, right.
Because to me that's hey, you're looking out for your community.
Right.
If it's the other way, it's like grow up.
Right.
Hey, child trafficking is really bad here in Columbus, Ohio. I'm glad that there are people looking out to see, how the baby's doing and stuff, because child trafficking is
I'm out in
bad.
neighborhoods some days, and some days I'm downtown. And two things I always stop and look is when I see a dog by itself or a kid by itself.
Yep, absolutely.
I stop and I remember I was at this park that has that I work by, and I pulled up and I see this little girl running, and so I just walked to the gate. And I just started looking, and I looking, and then this woman comes up, and I go, "She's right over here." She goes, "Thank you," and she yells, and the girl comes running right back. So she got ahead of me. I'm like, honestly, that's one reason I stopped. I'm wearing a uniform. I'm very identifiable. There's a phone number on the car I'm driving.
Yeah.
So I know, like, okay, because there's no way to come up. I would have called 911 right there.
Good.
The dogs, it's harder because I don't, you call a dog over, but I just tell dogs to go home all the time.
Go home.
Just go home, puppy.
These kids already have it bad enough in today's world. They need every little bit of guardian angel they can get.
Kids, I'm going to say this too, Six Drops, and I always say this. Kids have always needed that. Kids have never, ever been safe in history. They've never been looked after or taken care of the way they should be, period.
True.
They've been victimized. They've been used for everything, child labor, everything you can think of.
Yep.
They weren't allowed to be kids. Kids being kids nowadays is a fucking blessing in a lot of ways too, because you have so much shit that kids never would have thought they could have.
Yeah. Yeah.
My kids have had a different life growing up than I had.
Mine too.
I was running around at like 12 years old, 13. I mean, I was by myself. I could do whatever I wanted. As long as I was home by dinner, I was good.
We didn't have internet and computers when we were babies. But
in video games, every video game you could think of, every movie you could think of.
Yeah, but here's the bad side. On the internet, there's a lot of them child predators just trying to get a hold of them babies.
I know.
And them babies are on Instagram. Them babies are on TikTok. Them babies are even on YouTube.
Yeah, but again, that's on the parents.
And
these parents are allowing some people in cases they're exploiting their kids on the internet. In other cases, they're just allowing their kids too much freedom. But it's hard to keep up too, because if you take one account away, they're just going to make another one. If they're not using it at your house, they're going to use it at their friend's house. If you take their cell phone away, they're going to use their friend's cell phone.
Using that app.
Exactly. Exactly. They're going to get it.
When my daughter was young and she was on like these Bleach websites and stuff for the anime, I said, okay, you can make friends. And I told the kids, I'm being your friend also, and I'm checking your parents out.
That's right.
So I was very careful when my daughter got on Facebook.
I don't blame you. It's hard because, I mean, even if you do the best that you can, again, kids can be sneaky. You just hope that your kid is doing the right thing and that they have smart friends as well.
I was sneaky as a kid as far as, getting outside the house, to do what I wanted to do.
Yep.
I've actually helped
But
pull
what
a
I wanted to do
sting.
was drugs and alcohol and girls. So, I mean.
Yeah.
I've had to help pull a sting on TikTok to keep, because TikTok is supposed to be, you're not supposed to be on TikTok or having a TikTok account unless you're 13 years and or over. And a lot of kids get on there. And unfortunately, just like I said, there's the child predators on there as well. And what we had to do, they do little witch hunts for these child predators on that particular media stream. But I would just, this lady, she reminds me, her name is Cherry Bomb Pop, and Renee's voice sounds very similar to hers. And she said, if you are hearing my voice on this child's phone, please delete this app because this is an adult app. And I have that, if you've seen my TikTok, I have this puppet. And the kids will draw near, they see that puppet. And so, they get strolling through. Eventually, they're going to get to this one where the puppet's going, if you hear my voice coming from your child's phone, delete this app. Because there was, it's not supposed to be for these little kids. And we was getting
I have friends that would let's sign up their younger kids for Facebook. So if they do it for Facebook, they're doing it for TikTok. Because I think Facebook at one time was 13 or 18 or something.
TikTok
and I remember
is 13.
I remember my niece was like 6 and she got a Facebook, so she could talk to her dad and some school friends.
But TikTok is lousy with child predators.
Everything is though.
The internet is period.
There you go.
Because they can be more anonymous.
Yeah, and TikTok is not immune to that shit.
Nothing is immune to it, unfortunately.
No.
Unfortunately.
But a lot of the younger generations are attracted to TikTok is a little bit more than other things.
Yeah. I don't know what they're attracted to. I'm not the younger generation.
Yeah, I'm not even.
Well, that's from my observation from the media, the social medias. TikTok's pretty hot. You see TikToks on everywhere nowadays. If you surf the social media,
if someone shows a TikTok, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to TikTok.
I've got a TikTok account.
I know you do. I've posted some stuff on there.
Yeah, I've seen your stuff.
I posted one smoking weed. They wouldn't allow that one though. They were like, "Fuck no."
You should have told me it was I'm just smoking a cigar.
Yeah, no.
They do. Yeah, they're pretty tough on that. It's interesting because if you're a legal state, I thought it was okay. I haven't really checked on that, but
I don't know. Whatever.
You can't show knives. You cannot show guns. You're not allowed to show a gun on TikTok.
I got to be honest. If I owned firearms, why would I show a firearm?
Okay, well, really, you wouldn't. Smart people wouldn't, but there's plenty of people who do.
My nephew did a YouTube.
Exactly.
That's a little different. Yeah, my nephew did a YouTube safety video about I think it was his AR-15 or something. But he was showing, but it was like just talking about how they're always loaded, how you check and all that, and that makes sense to me. That's educational. That's different.
You always assume a gun is loaded.
Yeah, I know, but I was raised that way.
Especially
my
in
dad
my
said this way: every gun is loaded until proven unloaded, and any gun someone hands you, other than me, as my dad talking to me, other than me, you cannot trust. And my dad looks right at me and says, "So you can hand me a gun, say it's not loaded, but I'm going to double check."
If you clear that chamber when you put it away, you clear that chamber when you take it out.
Yeah, but he goes, "I don't trust you yet. You're too young." And then I think I was in my 20s, and I handed him a hunting rifle, and he goes, "Is it loaded?" I said, "No." Normally, he just double checks it. He didn't, and I was like, "You didn't double check it." He goes, "I trust you now." And for me, that was like big time. I was like, "Oh wow, okay, cool. Don't mess this up then."
He trusts you with his life. That's a big trust.
That's pretty much what he was saying. And we've been hunting together since we were like 13 to I think last time I was like 25 or 26.
You can't have a bigger trust than that, boss.
Yeah. Well, it was just the thing, we've been around firearms that long. I fired my first firearm when I was 5 years old. I remember doing that. I had these big earplugs, like I could not hear anything. He was trying to talk to me, I had to pull it out. I can't hear you.
What? Huh? What are you saying? I'm shooting. All I got to say is I felt bad for a kid who used to work for me who stuttered. I took him to the range. And the thing I told him was the most important thing is when you shoot, those casings are going to come out of there. You don't know where they're going to go. They're extremely hot. They may hit you in the face. They may hit you in the ear. They may hit you in the hand. They may hit you on the arm, depending on what you're wearing. They may also possibly go down your shirt.
Yes.
But at no point do you ever point that gun anywhere but down range. If something happens to you, immediately put that gun down.
Down.
That's it. So what happens? He's letting off rounds. Round jumps, goes right down the fucking back of his shirt.
Oh,
He starts stuttering, trying to alert me, and turns around to point the gun towards me, which of course I had to grab his fucking thing and push him back. I'm bigger and stronger than him, and fucking push the gun down. Like, motherfucker, this is exactly what I told you not to do.
Poor fella.
Poor him, shit. Poor me. Motherfucker's sitting there stuttering, trying to fucking point a gun at me.
Yeah, I find it very insulting when I see a gun pointed at me. I don't care who it is. I take
don't
it
even
very
care if it's
personal.
loaded or, unloaded or a toy either, too. I go, hey. Now, my brother, double barrel shotgun.
What up, Lee?
Lee.
What's up, Lee?
Hi, honey.
2 triggers. 2 hammers are back.
I love
He's trying
Lee
to explain to me how
Veltman.
to use it. It says you need to pull both triggers for this to go off. And I was like, I was 13, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right. All right, put it up, pulled both triggers, both barrels go off. It hurt, but I didn't fall down. He thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Hi, KB.
I still owe him for that.
Shit, I almost blew my shoulder out with a Desert Eagle, a 50 cal. Oh my goodness.
I was really stupid. I heard somebody, I was babysitting, and I was 13, and the shotgun makes a very distinctive sound. So I grabbed the gun and made the sound. So I didn't know how to undo it. So I had to tell my mom when she got home that I had done it. So that weekend, she takes me out shooting, puts slug shots in, and has me shoot both barrels. I didn't fall.
Okay, if is a double barrel shotgun, but you made the sound of a pump. Pump
How
shotguns
far
don't
back
have
did
double
you fly?
So if it was a slug, you probably just went back with the
Okay,
slug.
it was just a slug then. But I almost fell on my ass. I had to
I knew that was coming. Fire a hunting rifle. My dad said there's a spot in your shoulder. You got to put it. Kept telling me, "Don't keep fire. You'll find it." I found it was the only spot that wasn't bruised.
Bruise.
But I
Hi,
found
Jolly
it,
Bridge Burner. Hi, Lee
Jolly.
Veltman.
Good Jolly. Mr. Veltman.
Scotty Karate.
And Scotty, I got your reference to Tribe Called Quest earlier. Sorry. He left his wallet in El Segundo.
Oh, yeah.
He got to get it.
Yeah, Renee goes, I know what that is. Okay.
Sure she does. I do.
Well, since she's from there, I hope she does.
I seen a hard ass woman take them big ass shotguns and put it right against her boob, man. Boom! Shoot it off of her boob.
I like to
And
play
we
with
would
those
screw around
boobs.
shooting off our heads and stuff.
I would have loved to play with those boobs.
I mean, she was very, chunky up front. She had what it took. And she put that stock, that's where you're supposed to go against her rifle. Not her. She had that on her boob. She would shoot that gun right off the boob.
Like, leave her stance. Leave her stance.
Man, all I could think is, ow.
Well, then you must not be as endowed up there as she is.
No, I like a C cup, barely.
More cushion for the pushing.
She had to be at least a double D.
Double D?
Double D minimum.
She was a Dunkin' Donuts?
Minimum. Double D minimum.
Okay. Hey now. Sounds like talent.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey.
Wrong with that at all.
Takes
I
all
don't see
shapes and
nothing
sizes.
wrong.
All shapes, sizes to make the world go around pleasantly.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't no hater. I'm a participator.
There you go.
Spread love.
Not hate.
Spread that shit everywhere.
Love and positivity makes the world go round.
And weed.
I was thinking it was weed.
You need some weed.
Weed helps. Weed helps.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It's got such a calming effect. It allows you to relieve yourself of some of the everyday things that kind of bog you down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Scott, are you old enough to be from that hip hop era? I don't know what your age bracket is. I mean, that's an extremely popular song, but not everybody gets it. Bulletproof chesticles. What the hell?
I wish I had bulletproof chesticles.
I had a roommate that was really into Tribe, and He's always trying to get me into it, and I'm just like, I just don't feel them.
What?
And then one day, I was really, really high, and I was like, oh, man, I get them now.
Oh, they have some dope fucking music. This is a dope fucking
Yeah,
era of hip-hop.
I'd have to hear it, though. I mean, he's always bumped that, and for some reason, Busta Rhymes. He loved Busta Rhymes. I don't know why.
But leader of the new school Busta Rhymes or Busta Rhymes solo?
Solo.
Okay. Because he wasn't a group first.
I mean, it was good, but he was just like all of a sudden would just like all of a sudden like, be walking down and bust out something, all the crazy little things he used to do. And I'm just like, what? And then he'd be like, he'd rap the whole thing, and he'd be like, "That's Buster. I played it for you yesterday," and I'm like, I was high.
Dude, I told you the whole. You've heard the ODB story, right? Me and Old Dirty Bastard.
No, actually, I haven't.
Oh, okay. So this is, I don't remember what, sometime in the 90s, but we were doing security for a show in Rhode Island. I think it was the Strand or whatever fucking theater was there, but it was all hip hop show. And apparently what happened was, and I didn't get told this because I was in front of the house, all my securities throughout the whole fucking building, radios, we could all communicate, but nobody tells me that the opening act canceled and they had to, or opening act came, they replaced him with somebody. I'd already done security for Wu-Tang, but I don't remember ever coming in contact with Mr. ODB. So this dude shows up to the front of the house and is making a big racket to my security. Like, they're all on the radio like, yo, can you come down here and talk to this dude? I'm like, who am I talking to? He's like, I'm ODB. Like, if you ever seen him, his fucking body movement. Yeah. I'm performing. I'm like, what the fuck is an Old Dirty Bastard? Like, what are you talking about? And he's just getting in my. I'm like, dude, man, this is not gonna end well. This is like, you look around you, like, there's like, fuck, I got like fucking 50 security fucking here tonight. Just chill. And then the fucking promoter comes over and pulls me aside. And he's laughing. He's like, yo, my bad, man. That's Old Dirty Bastard. We had to fucking book him last minute because the fucking opening act canceled. I was like, why wouldn't he just go to the fucking back door? Like, there's a whole fucking entrance for the artists and shit like that. Like, how the fuck you in the front of the house making a big fucking stink? But yeah, it was about to be really ugly with that motherfucker. That's all I got to say. Turned out well.
I just love the MTV thing with him and he had his welfare card.
Yes. Yo, he kept it real.
And that's what I loved about it, though. It's just like, damn.
Yo, nobody kept it real on there than him and Redman.
Yeah.
Did you see when Redman, they went to Redman's crib? He was still in his mama's crib.
Yeah.
Like little non-clean ass apartment type shit. He didn't give a fuck. He was getting money at that point too. His mama said that they were doing something. I don't know if they sold the house or were doing some work to the house for like the past couple of years, and that they found a bunch of his old weed hidden in the walls and shit.
Yeah, I remember hearing that story.
That's hilarious. I wonder if it was still smokable.
I smoked weed that was like 4 or 5 years old and got baked.
Yeah, but you're talking about something that's like 20-something years old probably at that point. Maybe closer to 30 years old, because depending on when you look at, maybe about 20, 25 years old possibly.
That's good to know. I've been sitting on some wax I just haven't been wanting to mess with.
Yeah, but wax I think would hold itself for a while.
Yeah, wax is different. And the weed, depending on how it's stored, too.
Right, because if any moisture gets in there, it's fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just a little makeup thing, little jar. It's cute as hell, but it's like, eh.
We got the.
You probably touch it, it probably turns to dust. It'd be more like Keith.
No, this is like, it reminds you of earwax.
What are these called? I forget, but black glass is supposed to keep the sun out. And so if I put weed, I can forget about it for a couple years. It'll just, preserve. Herb preserve, that's right. I couldn't read it. It was too dark.
I mean, I guess if you found an old ass strain of weed that was like a dope ass strain of weed that didn't exist anymore, but it wasn't something that you could necessarily smoke, just turn that shit into Keith.
Yeah.
Just put it all in a fucking blender, turn that shit into Keith, and just fucking line all your fucking current weed with that. That'd probably be an awesome fucking line.
I went through a time period where I wasn't smoking because, I got to a point where I wasn't having fun doing it. And a buddy of mine who didn't grow on a whim just grew some stuff, and it was purple. And he was like, I don't remember what it was. He's like, it was purple. Does that mean anything? And I was like, usually it means you didn't get like oxygen or nitrogen or something. But he's like, well, okay, you know, if you get a chance, let me know what it's like. I don't smoke anymore. He's like, well, and he just handed me like I think it was a quarter. And so, I mean, I immediately smoked some because I wanted to find out, and it was really good. But it took me a good 3 years to go through that course because I didn't smoke at the time. I didn't start smoking until I got my medical card in 12. I went from 05 to 2012 where I wasn't smoking regularly because I had time off and I bought an ounce and I smoked it all up in a week, and I was just like, that wasn't fun. That it just seemed like work. But when I went into that arthritis, acid reflux, all these like small little nagging medical conditions, and as soon as I started smoking, they all went away. So
Now here in Ohio, on my medical card, I was told as soon as you hit fire to it, it's no longer medical. You have to vape everything or use edibles or tinctures.
Good Lord.
But you can't roll it up and smoke it. Then it becomes illegal. That's the difference.
that's not how Washington was. I went into my first dispensary. I Thorogood it. You know, I was just like, when Thorogood opened up that thing, I was just like, oh my god, oh my god. And I could buy up to an ounce of whatever I wanted. So I did. I bought an ounce of flour. I bought a bunch of edibles. And then learned about wax right about that time. Started dabbing.
But Ohio, you're supposed to vape the flour. You're not supposed to spark it up. As long as you can still, but you have to vape it instead of spark it. So you buy the high dollar leaf vapor, and
if I get my medical card again, I will not pay taxes at our dispensaries, and that our taxes are at 42%.
I get a military discount, so
there's actually do the military discounts too.
Yeah.
But the one dispensary, I'm just
on my card.
two more visits away from getting a 20% discount on my next purchase. But it's taking me a year and a half to get there because I don't go to the dispensary a lot. I have a friend.
Well, I get my intergalactic warrior alien fighting discount.
Nice.
Okay.
I bet you that's practically free.
Almost. You'd be surprised.
I
Actually
would be.
pays Jiggy money to smoke the weed.
That's right.
Yeah. They actually pay people to do that, to test this stuff out.
Yeah, I know. A friend of mine
categorize it.
was wanting to get a job doing that as a tester, but
Yeah.
he
You got to
didn't.
categorize it.
I got a friend that got a job as a trimmer and got fired the same day because they took a picture with the plants.
Oh, that's a damn shame.
He signed the thing, said he wouldn't do it, and the first thing he did, but he goes, "Oh, I didn't mean to send that," but he sent it out. I think it was on Facebook, and he was all excited. I got this job, I'm gonna be trimming, and the next day he's like, "Yeah, I got fired already. What happened?" I sent out a picture. He caught me.
Which collapsible baton does Renee have?
I do not know which one.
I think the ones that like start out real quick, they're only like about yay little.
It's a good one though. I know that.
And it
You have to swing it really hard.
And then you have to push it down on the ground to get it closed.
So I want one of those for my work.
She has an asp. It's called the asp. ASP.
Yeah, I know it's an asp, but I don't know which one it is.
I have one. Mine just has a button though. Like you press the button, you don't have to collapse it anymore. You just press the button to put them in.
No, you press it, you swing it out, and then you have to hit to get it to the ground.
Just be careful because the more you hit it to the ground, eventually those springs usually break because they for some reason they're not built perfectly.
I couldn't have one of those.
Let's just say I've broke those things at work. Okay,
I would be breaking the thing. I'd be breaking everything around me.
When I drove taxi, I used to carry a butterfly knife and a mag light.
Oh, those two. You know how many fucking batteries I've beaten on the fucking mag lights in the past? That's why I stopped carrying those shit.
One of my friends says if you swing that and the batteries don't come out, you didn't swing it hard enough.
Exactly, dude. We used to and bend those shits and.
Well, I got him as a joke. I bought him a little sledgehammers. And I go, "This is for you for driving cab." He's my cab driving buddy. And he just goes, "Why?" And I went, "Because you keep breaking those mag lights." But he broke one. But, I was like, he's like, "But this is assault. It's a hammer." It's a tool. You can carry it anywhere.
It's in your hand. You're going to use it in defense or whatever. It's there. It's the most obvious fucking weapon you have around you.
Well, I did as a joke from the bikers used to carry the ball bean hammers, because it's a tool. You have a bike. I need it for my bike, but it's really, for assault. And so that's I got them, but it was those small little sledgehammers.
I used to know a biker would keep a pocket of marbles, and look, just a small handful of marbles.
No,
and
not
when
marbles,
the drivers,
because these fingerprints could be on marbles. You carry ball bearings.
well, he would actually the marbles would shatter on impact, but the marbles were for the drivers to wake the drivers up when they were driving on top of them, ready to come. How some drivers won't see you. He'd toss marbles at them, and the marbles would shatter.
That's what D batteries are for.
My buddy carried ball bearings.
Ball bearings.
Because they'll bounce up at the windshield.
Yeah, but they'll shatter. They won't necessarily shatter the windshield unless it hits at the tempered point. But the side ones, windows, they will absolutely shatter those shits if you hit them in a certain place.
Well, he says he's only got to do it twice. He only does people are tailgating them.
Well,
on a bike, you don't tailgate. I mean, something happens that you're killing them. So
I heard from some people back in the day that's how they broke into cars. They would shatter the window with ball bearings.
Okay.
And what are they called? Spark plugs.
Oh yeah, I've heard about spark plugs before.
That's what I heard. That's what they used to do back in the day. Somebody told me that once.
But he would do it just to to save his own life, to keep the drivers from not, that didn't see him, to bring their attention to his existence.
Shit, people pay less and less attention more now. They had a motherfucker, I don't know what fucking state it's in. They pulled this dude over for he's in a Tesla, he's asleep. The cop's like, dude, I've been following you for like a few miles, alerting you everywhere I possibly can. You were asleep. The guy's like, I'm not asleep. He says, well, ask me a question. Why am I looking at your record and this has happened to you 2 other times? It's like, just take his fucking Tesla away from him then. Like, clearly he should not have this fucking car. Like, what the fuck?
Nor a license.
Well, a license still. The license doesn't mean anything when you have a car that can drive itself in a sense. Like,
it's supposed to be driving itself.
Yeah, he has a Tesla. So he's in there sleeping every time he's in the car, and he's been pulled over. The car's been pulled over 3 times doing this shit. I mean, I don't get the idea of having a self-driving car anyways, that you pretty much...
What was the car getting pulled over for?
Him sleeping. It's a Tesla. It is a self-driving car, but the way it works is these self-driving cars, you're supposed to have a human being behind the wheel still for emergency situations because these cars are still learning the process. They're not 100% safe yet.
Oh, hell, I don't know what's going on with that shit.
So even when you buy a Tesla, the Tesla can self-drive the car, it can do all that stuff for you, but you have to be awake and cognizant with your hands, at least on the wheels, I believe, at all times. I don't know, that might be over-exaggeration.
Was he camped out in the back seat?
No, he was just sleeping. He was in the driver's seat, but no, that's right, he was in the back seat. I think that was the problem. He wasn't even in the front seat. He was in like the back seat of the car.
That'd be funny. It's funny, but not funny.
Well, yeah, it's funny to that motherfucker crashes.
No,
doing
funny.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know that Teslas aren't cheap.
I mean,
if it says it can drive you around, why?
In the early '80s, had bought a brand new van that had cruise control, and he was up partying on the mountain, and he started driving back, and he thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to make one more drink, so he put the cruise control on. Got in the back of the van to make a drink. He woke up in the hospital.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh,
and he was like, yeah, they got charged with JiGGY, and he was like, yeah, I was guilty because how stupid was I to think, oh, yeah, it could drive itself with cruise control. He's like, I know it's only for the speedometer. He's like, I was drunk.
I guess.
And he had a van.
He was drunk.
Yeah, and he had a van. He could have slept in the van.
Well,
at least he wasn't totally cognizant when he made that decision. At least he was drunk when he made that decision. That's
true. Yeah.
I know people are actually bone sober cognizant and decide things that are like that. So hey, kudos for him for being drunk, I guess.
I mean, it is called cruise control, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to the back
And
and
he
take
just,
a nap.
all he was just getting up. He says, he swirled the seat away from the wheel and got up to walk where he had the bottle of Coke. He was going to make one more whiskey and Coke, he thought. He goes, I remember getting up, and he goes, and taking a step, and that's the last thing I remember. And I'm like, you're lucky you're alive. You're lucky you didn't kill nobody.
And yourself.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have felt mad. Oh, he's so
Well,
lucky. What if he did kill somebody? Hey,
He
UFO
felt horrible about it because he
Dex.
wasn't that. What's up, Dex?
What up, Dex?
I can't remember that guy. I don't know if that guy's still around now, but I still remember. I heard that story like several times as a child, and then when I turned 21 in the bars, he would tell it because he didn't drink and drive either. After that, he was really good about it. You know,
think?
he's like I walked away. You know, he goes, I woke up in the hospital, but I wasn't. He was bruised. I don't remember if he had anything, but he was okay. He was able to function. He wasn't paralyzed or brain damaged. Well, more brain damage.
Yeah, he's probably the one that didn't get fucked up because they say your body's limp because you're not expecting the accident to happen.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
Most of the damage happens because people tense up and shit, and their fucking bodies are all fucking tight when accidents happen.
Yeah, but haven't we all been in a car accident? How do you not tense up?
I'm saying, exactly. But if you don't see it coming, you're not going to expect it. Your body's just going to be limber, so it's not going to be all tight. It's going to be maybe to bounce around a little bit more than a tighter body. It's just fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I know someone's daughter got killed by a drunk driver, and he walked away with nothing. Cars are totaled. I mean, rolled over, damaged. You know, her daughter, of course, dead. The drunk walks away and got no time either. It was right before all the laws got good. But he's one of the reasons the laws got good around here.
Now these bikers got people on front with their phones in front of their face, texting and driving.
Well, that's everybody. Shit, I've been rear-ended by people even at slow speeds because they're on their fucking phone, not paying attention. It's like, get off your fucking phone.
Them bikers don't even have a chance.
My boss calls me, I have to pull over. So I've told him, and he's like, I'm the only one that does it too. I go, and I tell him, hey, if you call me, and I can't pull over, I'll call you when I get a chance. He's like, all right. And then like about a month later, he's like, you're the only one that ever doesn't answer and then calls me back. Either they don't answer or they answer while they're driving. And there's spots where I can get away with that because I'm going so slow. But it's not that hard for me to pull over and get on a side street.
If I answer the phone or I usually make a call, it's on speaker. I don't even it's hard to answer.
I do speaker, yeah.
Yeah, or if I have to send a text, I just use Siri.
Well, one work car speaker, you can't do. The car's not smart enough to have the speaker system and all that. And the other car, you can do that. So
I take my phone with me, but as soon as I hit that car, the phone goes off. You'll have to leave a message. Hit that phone, just pip. The phone turns off.
No, I was listening to CW today. And it was killing me because he's talking about stuff I want to be in the chat about. But I was driving, and I'm like, and I can't even see the phone. I can just hear it. But I'm like, man, I just want to get. And then he was over before I got home. You know, I was like, I just want to join. He's talking about movies that I know. He's naming off people. Who's this person? I'm screaming it because I can't pull over. I'm on the freeway. I'm not going to even try to text anything on the freeway.
Call him on speaker next time.
I was thinking about putting him in my phone and calling him up just to mess with him.
Speaking of movies, I'm like, I think at least 3 episodes into Sweet Tooth now.
Was it any good? I haven't started it yet.
I like it. But then I'm easy to please. I like a lot of stuff, though.
I'm watching Star Wars Rebels.
So don't, I personally, I like it. It's got cute little baby half critter hybrids in it. And you're watching this one in particular grow up. And it's neat. His little adventure. I don't want to ruin it or give you any spoilers, but I enjoy it.
All I know is I watched someone that were doing like a review, but not spoiler review. And they said that it's the anti-Walking Dead, deadest show they've ever seen.
The wettest show?
The anti-Walking Dead show. The Walking Dead, zombie apocalypse, people traveling around with zombies. This is the opposite. It's all these cute little creatures traveling around, and I'm like, okay, I'll check that out. But
what is this on?
It's called Sweet Tooth on Netflix. And I don't think there's only but 8 episodes or so. They're about an hour long. They're not quite an hour long a piece so far. And I can see where they're getting that because it's got its similarities because there is some sort of viral epidemic that happens, but at the same time these hybrids are also born. So there's a lot of hearsay about did the hybrids start the epidemic? So there's a lot of this uneasiness about the whole thing. And I don't want to have any spoilers, but the epidemic, I already know there's some things, there's a key element to them hybrids with this epidemic as well, which is unfortunate for the hybrids. But it's got a storyline, and I haven't really found a lot of holes yet. So it's.
So I read something today about Jupiter's Legacy, and the guy who did it. So they're going to do super villains, and I don't know if that's going to be live action or animated. I'm not sure, but they released the actors because it didn't perform as well as they thought. But he goes, we're going to do this other thing because then I want to go back to it, and that's why we release the actors. We'll just hire them all back when we actually do a second volume. So it's not technically canceled, but I'm like, it's probably not going to happen, but I'm hoping.
We'll see. Bastards.
Maybe as the longer it sinks in, there'll be a little more demand for it.
Well, it hasn't been out for a month, and they've already canceled. And I'm just like, this is Netflix. Give it a year,
And like I said, I'm not a good meter on stuff because, I'm easily amused.
I watched Wrath of Man last night.
With
the new
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
How was that?
It's a Guy Ritchie film, so you know what you're getting, but it was good. I liked it.
That's on what, Hulu or something? Or
I watched it on Plex, so I don't know what it's on. You still might have to pay for it. My niece's boyfriend has a Plex account and just added me to it.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Whatever, and he downloads everything. So, but I really enjoyed it. It's just a revenge movie. There's a couple. The one thing that gets to me is it's like Jason Statham, Vin Diesel, a couple other actors. They're just like invincible in their movies.
Like Rob Van Dam back.
Yeah, it's just like but he struggled. These guys just go they just walk through people, and I'm like, it's fun to watch. And there's a couple. There's not really twists or turns, but there's some surprises. But there's a couple things I liked about it. And at the same time, it's just like I think Post Malone's in it.
The Wrath of Man movie.
Yeah, he's in it for like 30 seconds.
I'm sure Keith will be happy to hear that.
Yep. Well,
He's just sit outside of his fucking house and
super man crushed on him.
I know. He used to sit outside, wait for him to come home.
Stuff tattooed under his eyes yet.
Mm-hmm. He used to bring him muffins in the morning and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wasn't he over in
Good night, Lee.
You out, Lee? Go feed the ligers.
In the dungeon? Oh, that's Jolly's dungeon. Never mind.
It's Jolly's dungeon, yeah, but Lee supplies the ligers, so he's in Oklahoma. He's got plenty.
Yeah. He gets them from the Lion King.
Yep. Was he I think Lee said he was his neighbor or something? I don't know.
I don't know. Lee is so cool.
Yeah.
Lee
something like
is
that, yeah.
uber cool.
I can't wait till we travel again.
I'm loving Lee's and Jolly's show, man. They're just
uncut, raw, to the point. Good. All right, kids. This last one smoked.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Night.
I'll see you again.
Night.
It's been fun. Good night, Renee. Night, John.
Night, Six Drops.
Night, John
Chad.
Boy. Night, Jiggy.
Night,
Take care of
Night,
yourself, sweethearts.
We'll do this
Xerxes,
again,
you gonna say
kids.
goodnight? You gonna say goodnight?
Good night, Xerxes.
Good night,
I said night to you.
Woof
No,
woof.
Woof,
No,
woof.
I
no,
won't
he's
get
like,
all
don't
riled up.
touch my butt.
He's like, go start. Say good night, KB. All right, guys, we out.
Night, KB. Night, Dex. All right, I'm out.
Peace. I'm gonna go eat something. It's been fun.